the Celtic half of the pitch, using his pace, trying to get to the byline.
Foul by Heikkinen again on Petrov, and I wonder how many the referee will permit.
That's 4 or 5 already in the first 22 minutes. Heikkinen lives to be very close to that yellow card. Niggly tackles, nothing malicious, just clumsy challenges.
Steve McManus is going to cross to become involved in this set play. Left foot, of course, very important at this angle. Ryan Essen organising a wall, which will have to retreat a good bit more than it has so far. That's why the Celtic players are waiting till the referee's satisfied. Will it be Petrov? Will it be McManus? And here's the answer. Disappointment there for Stephen McManus.
But that's two free kicks that Celtic have had, 18-20 yards out. 2 defenders have taken them, Joe.
Yeah, you wonder why Petrov isn't more involved in that sort of incident. We've also seen Chris Sutton take free kicks.
Janino as well.
And Janino, yeah. McNamara's clearance. Bouncing over Hartson and Diamond. Good running again by Petrov. Behind Hart, that's Sutton. It's gone in! It's the lead for Celtic! The Aberdeen defenders can't believe it, but Chris Sutton has scored his 11th of the season. There's joy for these Celtic fans.
Yeah, delayed reaction. I didn't think he was ever going to go into the back of the net there, but I think that's the first time that Ryan Essen has been troubled. Picking the ball out of the back of the net. Hartson involved again as playmaker. Petrov, a little deflection off the defender, another deflection. And then in off Maguire it was. I think he just came off Maguire's back and bounced into the far corner of Ryan Essen's goal.
Well, just what Aberdeen dreaded was Celtic taking the lead. The ball spinning very kindly at the post, the right way for Celtic. 50th league goal of the season this is for Celtic. The 22nd match. And Chris Sutton's got 11 this season in his 21st match of the season. Very good ratio.
Yep, one every other game. That's what you're looking for from your strikers.
And he has played midfield frequently. There's Hartson, 19 and 29 he has. Well, Celtic now will almost certainly start growing in confidence and putting both passes together. That's Diamond going in heavily behind Sutton. Didn't appear to be much contact there, but it was enough.
That's just enough. That's the experience of Sutton. And the Diamond doesn't need to be that close. We've seen Russell Anderson and Hartson get in turn and Hartson getting free kicks. All they've got to do is make sure that the front 2 strikers know that there is a presence there. A hand on the back and make the striker look behind you and guess where the defender is. Defenders playing that close make it very, very easy for strikers.
That's McGeady. Well won by Anderson. This is McNamara. Possession back with Aberdeen. McGeady couldn't do anything about that. Here's Adams. Come off the head of Lawson for Clark. Adams free on the near side. Space on the far side for Anderson. He has McNaughton on the touchline. Phelan coming short. It was Adams trying to pick out McNaughton. Safety first from McNamara.
That's better from Aberdeen. That's what they need to do. They need to get Hart and McNaughton going in the wider areas of the park. Just trying to get the ball in behind the defenders. Using the pace.
Adams with a header down. That's Phelan. Now Heikkinen. Was space in the left for McNaught, but it's back with Adams. He's got a good shot on him. Well handled by Douglas. One he should certainly have saved, but he did so comfortably.
It's better stuff though from Aberdeen. First shot on target. Taken comfortably by Red Douglas there. Whelan bearing down on him for the scrapings.
And this time the free kick goes to Aberdeen for the handoff by Sutton. Martin O'Neill wasn't happy about that, I can tell you. Well, frustration there for Martin O'Neill whenever Hartson and Sutton are penalised for these high balls.
Yep, Martin O'Neill contests every ball, I think. Every ball that and every free kick that's given against his side.
Helped on by Sutton. Heavy challenge there by Sutton on Anderson, which upset the Aberdeen bench. The referee didn't have the lingering eye to see anything there, so Celtic can come forward with Lawson. Well, that's good footwork. And this time the free kick's been given. The referee waiting to see if Lawson broke free of Adams, and when he didn't, gave the free kick.
Yeah, I think there's 6 of one and half a dozen there, both pulling each other's shirts. Lawson was pulling just as much as the Aberdeen player.
There's real danger here though. Petrov angling this in with all these big men from Celtic in the box. It's a very good ball in. Hartson got there first. Well, looked to be deflected, I thought, but the referee didn't think so.
Yeah, Ryan Essen never get into this. Too many bodies in his way. Yeah, coming off Hartson head. I think just doing enough to put him off there. Essen, goalkeeper missing a punch.
Baldy's header. I still can't understand the number of balls that are played high through the middle against Celtic. Here's Hart. Fielder arriving a little bit late there. Larson made the clearance. That's Heikkinen. No messing about there by Baldy. But it seems to be folly. I mean, when you look at that back line of Celtic, and well, even a goal kick is played straight down the middle, not to the wide position.
Well, that's where they should be playing it. We've said it before. You know, that's why Aberdeen are set up like this, for the pace in the wider areas, but just persist in knocking it through the middle. Food and drink for the big guy at the back. No nonsense defending from Baldy.
Hartson nudging it back there to Lennon. That's McManus. Maguire tidying up behind Xander Diamond. Here's McManus again, looking, I think, for Sutton. Breaks kindly for Petrov. Well, we're in a away match. That's when Petrov scores his goal. Certainly the last 12 he scored away from Celtic Park.
Instinctively drifts into those positions, doesn't he? Looks for the space in and around the edge of the box. I think just coming at him too quickly there. He's trying to get a snap shot off. Wide of the target.
Once again, Baldy too strong for Whelan in the air. Hart couldn't keep it in. Once again, McManus waits for Sutton to take up position ahead. Hartson's also joined him. That was between the two, allowing Diamond to get his head to it. Oh, it's not fluent and it's not pretty from Celtic, but so far it's been effective.
Clearly it's getting the ball out of defence, getting the ball forward, getting the team up behind it, and closing down Aberdeen further up the pitch. Just trying to get the second ball. and building from there. Cut out the mistakes at the back, don't give the opposition a chance, and play as far away from your own goal as possible.
Larson playing it in, this Sutton's dummy. Free kick given against Hartson again. So Aberdeen with real food for thought here. Plan hasn't worked out the way they intended, and they lost this goal after 24 minutes.
Great little cut back there, bit of bad luck there, another bit of bad luck there, and into the back of the net. The spin just beating Essen on his left hand post.
Larson's pass, here's Petrov, delightful turn. Now Sutton. The tackle again by Heikkinen on Petrov. Well, Kenny Clark this time will have words with the Finnish international.
Every time Stan Petrov gets on the ball, Heikkinen is there nipping at his heels. I think Kenny Clark just coming to the end of his tether with him. Yeah, hands all over him. Constant thorn, Stan Petrov. Full foul on him so far in 33 minutes.
McGeady fighting it in towards Balde. Well challenged by Diamond. This is McNamara. Hartson calling the ball at the far post. There he goes. Well beaten by Anderson. Adams to Hart. Here's Diamond. That's a good pass. Adams. Nowhere to go though, except played hopefully forward like that. Whelan was very deep again.
Yeah, that's what we're saying about Noel Whelan. Needs to say more central, play within the width of the penalty box and give his side an out. And the defenders have got the ball, they've got nothing to hit at the moment, only the wider areas. They need him to be the link man.
Turned away by Maguire, another throw to Celtic. So McManus waiting for the ball to be retrieved from Celtic supporters. That's Anderson again. Good pass from Whelan. Here's Adams. Now Clark. McNaughton going outside him. That's towards Whelan. Lawson wins it, as you might expect. Here's Heikkinen. Great block there by Lawson. Heikkinen did well. This is Hart. Heikkinen once more. Into the gap from Mackey. Here's Heikkinen once more. That's Clark. McNamara's clearing header. Patient play in the build-up from Aberdeen. That's for Whelan. Not a bad effort. Couldn't do much with that, but did turn it towards goal.
Super run there from Whelan. That's the best we've seen from him. Norton, super little ball into the near post there. And just not enough on that flick with the outside of the right boot. Just couldn't get enough on it.
But how much more dangerous they look when they play passes around the box.
Absolutely, get people forward, get support in, and keep Whelan central.
Well, one by Maguire. Here's Heikkinen. Good ball played by McNamara into space for Petrov. Clark trying to hold him up. Here's McNamara. Patient play from Celtic, quite happy to keep the ball at this stage. The lead makes such a difference. Balde striding forward. Well, someone's got to go and meet him. It's Anderson who's taken that up. It's a very good tackle by Anderson. He was then fouled by Balde. I always think Russell Anderson punches well above his height and weight.
Yeah, he's got good physical strength for his slight stature. Balde, great to see him driving forward into the space. I didn't think he'd lose the ball up there without giving a free kick away. A bit of a trek back for the big man.
Well, at least this time Essendon was trying to hit someone on the touchline rather than straight down the middle to the big centre-backs.
So he was trying to pass the ball to one of his relatives in the stand, to tell you the truth, Joe.
Good play again from Petrov. It's good play by Diamond. McGeady. Haven't seen too much of his trickery in the match so far. A hopeful one from Hearts. McNamara's first to the ball. This is Petrov. Now McNamara. Clumsy one by McNaughton on Sutton. McNaughton's come off second best, in fact, and he was a culprit.
Yeah, just legs caught together here and just caught an elbow as he was making that challenge. Sutton playing with his
war horse has been over the course many times before.
Controlling the ball, got his arms up. McNaughton just ran into his elbow, I think.
Jimmy Calderwood prowling that technical area.
He's just called for his sunglasses, I think.
Still debating all the time with Jimmy Nicholl what changes might be appropriate, what they might have to do if McNaughton can't continue. They've made McNaughton very much a key man in the side this season. Only missed one game, that was when he was suspended after being ordered off.
Yeah, getting himself back into the Scotland setup as well. A good season.
Another high ball hooked in towards Sutton, and once again there's a foul given against the Celtic man, and McNaughton has been invited back on the field by the referee, so Aberdeen are restored to their full complement. As well taken by Phelan. There's Clark. McNaughton finds Heikkinen. Blocked by Balde. Here's Juninho in a very tight corner, nowhere to go. It's turned out by Adams.
There's little influence on the game out there. I think it just gives his side balance, but can't get involved. Looks a lost figure out there.
But then when you watch Shill and Petrov's performance as the creative man in midfield, you think, well, he can't be readily replaced in that role. And then, of course, the security provided by Lennon beside him. Here's Lawson, and then McGeady. Lennon has had a quiet match, but has always been very protective of those going forward. McGeady again. Man has given a lot of time there. The layoff came from Sutton. That's Juninho, well stopped by Maguire. This is McGeady. And now Lennon. Celtic trying to dominate, certainly in terms of possession. Happy to play in the Aberdeen half and keep the ball. This is McGeady. I think the surface beat him there rather than anything else. This is Mackie now breaking, showing a good turn of pace, going inside. Held up by Lawson. It's well judged by Adams.
You see the passage you play there from Celtic, just keeping the ball, making the passes. About 25 passes, I think I counted.
That's Heikkinen across there to Anderson. Well, again, I think the surface to blame for that.
Yeah, very bobbly. I said in the warm-up that the pitch looked very, very soft. It was starting to cut up. The longer the game goes, Jock, the more errors will be made.
Held up there by Maguire, only for the benefit of Hartson. Here's Juninho, buffeted by Anderson, and buffeted again by Anderson. Oh, that's surely a foul. That's incredible.
Incredible.
Clear foul.
No
question.
yeah. Watched him run across the park, being tugged, kicked, got past him, got dragged down.
I mean, this is an incredible decision. He's definitely one of our best referees, Kenny Clark. But what about this?
Yeah, there's the first one, there's the first nudge and another tug. Anderson there.
Must be 3 fouls on him there.
Yeah, a little push and a slip. But Kenny Clark not having it.
Here's Janino now in space. Playing it in early towards Sutton. Hart has to go to full stretch there. It's not got away from McGeady. Back to Petrov. Lovely first touch he had on the ball again. McGeady finding Hart a tough customer to overcome.
The Hart's quick. McGeady's quite quick, but tricky feet that Hart can make up for that, because I think he's a little bit quicker than him.
I wonder now, that Baldy's blocking there of Whelan, again, unpunished by the referee, and I wonder if that was a bit of an equaliser. Here's Whelan again. Janino forced to play it back. Lawson sending an excellent pass to Janino. Beautiful ball. Oh, on that occasion, it looked as though he slipped. Here's Hartson. This is dangerous for Aberdeen. Oh, well taken by Essen. Good work done by Maguire in the first place.
Good sharp thinking there from Janino. Find a little pass into Hartson and turn. He's trying to get a half shot on the turn.
Well, that's good play by Lennon, holding off Adams, allowing Lawson to come forward. Been looking for chances to do that all day, and now he's in the clear. What a chance for Celtic. Lawson goes down, and the shot's blocked on the line by Xander Diamond. There were appeals for a penalty there, but they were disregarded with that opportunity with the open goal that Xander Diamond filled. I wonder what effect that might have on the match. Here's Mackey.
I think Kenny Clark was hoping that ball was going to go in the back of the net, because
well, Diamond did so well, but Lawson's contribution was immense.
Yeah, Lawson, great play. It's about the third time he's come dancing out the back. We've seen them given before. Anderson's arms right across his chest, and a great stop on the line there.
I think the referee will say he gave advantage, because it was clearly a penalty kick, I thought.
I'd rather take the penalty.
Oh, what a block by Xander Diamond. He came from nowhere.
Yeah, I think the referee owes him, no, not the referee, the goalkeeper owes him a wee drink after the game.
Lennon battling hard, winning possession, opening it out, finding Baldy at the back. We're into stoppage time. Here's McNamara. Petrov, lovely first touch again. Janino nowhere to go. He's turned that out for a throw to Aberdeen.
Everything that Janino tries today is not working. It's typical of a man trying to regain some sort of form. Try too hard, and it gets even worse for you.
Well, that was a clear foul by Baldy there, giving a free kick to Aberdeen right at the end of the first half. Well, it could so easily have been a 2-goal lead for Celtic there, and the fact that it might make a huge difference, that, because 2-0 half-time really would have been very tough for Aberdeen.
Team talks a lot different at 2-0, Joe, obviously. Going in 1-0 down. No. Jimmers can get in about it.
Once again, a high ball launched in, and Baldy wins it comfortably. This is Heikkinen. Dragging the ball wide of McManus. Pulling it back well. That was a good ball. Here's Clark. Now it's McNaughton. The header away there by Stephen McManus. It brings to an end a thoroughly competitive first half, in which Xander Diamond made that crucial goal line intervention just before the interval, which keeps Aberdeen right in the game. They were certainly put under pressure after in the second half. John Hartson and Chris Sutton get us underway, and Celtic may be reflecting on the fact that this is the 18th time this season they've gone in at half-time in the lead, and they've won the previous 17. The last time, in fact, they lost after a half-time lead was against Aberdeen at Celtic Park in April.
Straight from the kick-off. Aberdeen under pressure again. Sutton, the instigator. Anderson, the fouler, the culprit.
And this time, Stelian Petrov has waved everyone else away. He's going to take this. The angle ball in is headed away strongly by Phelan for the throw.
Poor ball in there from Petrov, better than that. A little bit cold coming out of the dressing room. There's plenty of space to drop that in.
The clearance there by Hart in the end. Looking to see if there are any obvious alterations in terms of tactics, especially by Aberdeen, who have the problems to solve. It's not instantly apparent, I can tell you, that there has been any change made. But I wonder if Jimmy Collarwood may have passed some instructions about keeping the ball on the deck and passing it around the Celtic box. Whelan's challenge was adjudged a foul on Mike Lamara.
Just a clumsy challenge there, never get in there. Simple decision for the referee.
Passes the target, he wins that well. Here's Sutton screening the ball from Diamond. Waits for support, holds it up, waiting for McGeady to take an angle. That's good recovery play by Mackey, helping out his partner Michael Hart. Well, Aberdeen have all the issues to resolve in this second half. They were struggling all the way to make anything of this very solid Celtic formation. Precious few shots on goal. Rab Douglas having an easy time of it so far. Strong challenge from the back by Mike Lamara is penalised by the referee.
Yeah, another simple decision there for the referee. Lamara into the back. Chris Clark.
Headed away by McManus. Well taken down by McGeady. This is Lawson. Sutton well tackled that time by Diamond. Not quite enough space there for McGeady. It's a throw to Aberdeen. Lennon strong on the ball there, holding off Mackey. Here's Adams. Back it comes to Maguire. There's Clark. McNaughton made that better for him by running beyond him, taking McNamara away the first time. Solid tackle by McNamara. The last touch was by Clark. He says the ball was out before he touched it. The referee's having none of that. It's a throw to Celtic.
Was taking the ball a little bit too wide there. But, yeah, coming back off Clark. Good decision from the referee.
Helped on there to Whelan. Heavy challenge in the rear by Baldy. The free kick has been given because there was no advantage. Well, Whelan's prepared to try to match Baldy for strength. He stood up to him quite strongly.
Yeah, so you'd expect from Whelan. You've seen him put in and around down in the Premiership. Big players, the same size, just weight disadvantage.
The Aberdeen supporters trying to give some backing to the team. Adams with the delivery. It's a good one. It was a good delivery. Angling in at pace. Just needing a good solid contact by someone like Russell Anderson, who is trying very hard to do just that.
Yeah, I think got in there too early. I think all in there in a straight line. But one ball beats all of them.
Activity though on the bench.
Yeah.
There's going to be a change, I think, before long. So there's going to be a change very shortly. It looks as though it's going to be Jamie Winter who's coming on. This is Anderson, and now across it comes to McNaughton. Whelan again makes one of those runs, diagonal runs, trying to get the better of Baldy. That's not easy in that position. Well, he's certainly trying to set an example, Noel Whelan, by his energy and industry and competitiveness up front.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do when you work in that line on your own through the area. You've got to be a pest. You've got to chase everything down.
Celtic on the throw. To the disappointment of Marcus Heikkinen. Might be 2 changes being made by Aberdeen, in fact. Jimmy Calderwood has seen enough, and he's made up his mind that major changes require to be made. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here and who's coming off and who's going on. It's looked like Winter going on, and the second sub just trying to assess here who it may be. Steve Tosh, powerful midfield player. He may be coming on now. This is Sutton getting away from Anderson, who stood up well to him. That's good play. Held up by Lennon. Now Clark. Heikkinen was fouled by Lennon. Well, the subs will be on shortly. Steve Tosh there, Jamie Winter, new signing from Leeds United. So Steve Tosh is going to replace Derek Adams, who has found it very difficult to make an impact on the play this afternoon. Steve Tosh has scored one of the goals of the season against Dundee United here in November, the day his baby was born. And Phil Maguire's going off, so there will have to be some tinkering with the formation here. It's a 4-man defence, I think. That means that Jamie Winter will go into midfield. It's going to be a back four of Hart, Diamond, Anderson and McNaughton. It's going to be Tosh on the right, Winter and Heikkinen in the middle, and Clark on the left, with Mackey joining Whelan through the middle. So it's a 4-4-2 formation to match up against Celtic. Chested down by Sutton. This is Heikkinen. Tosh involved stood away. Man of the match he was last week in the cup tie. Not happy, I understand it, not being in the starting lineup today. In fact, may even be contemplating a transfer window move to get regular first team football. 31 years old he is. There's Tosh. He certainly is a player of some grit, determination and amazing pace, surprisingly, for his build. So Craig Butler getting his wish for Aberdeen, a 4-4-2 formation for the rest of the match. Let's see what difference that might make. Mackey now in a 2-pronged attack with Whelan. So Phil Maguire, the man sacrificed from the back three. It's all a bit scrappy and untidy, and they're not the kind of game Aidan McGeady would relish, I suspect, especially on a surface which is less than perfect.
I think so fair to say, John, this has been one of his quieter performances from McGeady.
Clear foul by Diamond on Sutton.
Always a handful, Sutton, always there, waiting for the mistake from Xander Diamond, just nicking the ball. Straightforward decision for Kenny Klopp. Aberdeen back under pressure.
The 19-year-old defender, though, certainly going to learn a great deal playing against two strikers like this. Perhaps learn what's required at this level. McGeady's delivery. Whelan back defending. This is Juninho. First contribution in the second half, virtually. Now McNamara. Baldy making for the byline. He's done well. Well, it's all wrong, this. Whelan clearing a centre-back, and Baldy playing like a winger.
Yeah, overlapping centre-half. Can't beat him.
There's Petrov now in possession, back with Lawson. He also has had his moments in attack. McManus forward. Well done, Anderson. That was a good challenge on Sutton. Not an easy man to take on in the air there. Mackey had more time than he realised, I think, there. Scored 7 times this season for Aberdeen, Darren Mackey. He scored 2 of the 11 games against Celtic.
Top goal scorer for Aberdeen. I think the pairing of Sutton and Hartson have got 25 goals between them. I think that's more than Aberdeen have got.
Yes, they've got 23 goals, Aberdeen, this season in the league, and Sutton and Hartson have 25 between them, but Hartson will have to behave himself if he's going to get a chance to get more in this match. There's a stern lecture there from Kenny Clark.
A man normally not one to moan, just takes a standing count and gets on with it.
Foul by Larson on Whelan.
No fluidity to the game at the moment, Jock. It's stop, start, stop, start. Free kicks all over the park.
Certainly not a pretty match so far, no doubt about that. Very few concerted passing movements. The debate among the Aberdeen players, McNaughton and Tosh, discussing what they're going to do.
Put the goalkeeper under pressure, I think that's what you have to do. Rob Douglas been redundant so far. One clean take he's taken so far in this game, but they're looking for the scrapings here.
Tosh plays it in, it's a good ball in. Baldy wins it. Out with Heikkinen. Diamond did well. That's McNamara hooking the ball clear. Couldn't drink for Baldy. And down goes Juninho, challenged by Chris Clark. Well, he's had some rough treatment, Juninho, in the match. It's fairness to him.
Yeah, just going to say, Juninho just getting in the centre of some attention today.
So here's McNamara now with a free kick. It's well won by Anderson again. He's done well with a number of these high balls. Free kick to Celtic. McGeady the victim.
Straightforward there. Just not getting to the ball.
Jamie Winter's
quick
first
for him,
real
yeah.
contribution there too. He's obviously anxious to get involved. He hasn't had too many chances to get on the ball since he came on, the young man. That's Petrov. Again, it was Anderson who got to that. That's Juninho. Too close to keeper. Essen took it well. Only Mackie up front there for Aberdeen, and Lawson is able to cope with that quite comfortably. Well, there's the foul count in the match, and I'll tell you what, it seems even more. McGeady intercepts there, sets off. Larson's attempted return pass, affected again, I think, by the surface here.
Yeah, better than that. John Hartson.
Strong challenge by McManus. It's Tosh. Mackie did well. So too did Lawson, going in and Whelan. McGeady to Lennon. One for Sutton to chase. Should go through the keeper. Aberdeen skipper Russell Anderson. McNaughton now in orthodox left back position. Still finding it very difficult at Aberdeen to create anything from midfield. Jimmy Calderwood looks unhappy and is entitled to be.
They're just not getting anything. Any sort of momentum in the team going forward. They've not had any sustained pressure. It's all been stop-start. I think Jimmy will be pretty disappointed with his offensive team performance today.
Diamond's header, that's Winter. Back it goes to Michael Hart. Now Tosh. Here's Winter again. Signed from Leeds United. The Scottish youth captain. That's good play by Whelan to Mackie. Chance here for Chris Clark. Needs a good delivery. Very patient. Blocked there by Lawson. Was it handball? The Aberdeen supporters think so. They're behind the goal. Did Lawson lean into that with his arm? Well, Celtic trying to counter. Here's Hartson. Sutton now against Diamond. Diamond did well. This is McNamara. Real sense of injustice among the Aberdeen supporters, and Steve Tosh getting a bit carried away with that challenge on McNamara. Did Lawson handle this?
This is a close one. Just coming on his arm there. I think that was ball to arm, but you've seen it given before, Joe.
Well, he's leaning his body into the ball, keeping his arm close by his side, in fairness. Foul by Petrov on Mackey. It's getting even worse, this niggly nature of the game.
Well, the temperature is being turned up.
Well, Jimmy Calder will certainly be content that his team is clearly showing an appetite for the competition.
I'm just going to say this will suit Aberdeen and Jimmy Calderwood's men. Get the temperature turned up, get the supporters on the feet.
Larson did well. Here's Hartson. The layoff finds Mike Manus. That's Hart. And this is header. Pushed by Lennon. Free kick to Aberdeen. Well, let's check on that penalty claim once again from a different angle. See what you think of this now. Well,
he sort of put his shoulder down towards the ball there, didn't he? Got his heart, kept his arm in. I say, we've seen them given before.
Yeah, very tough one that for the referee, I must confess. You could see it given, you could argue a case either way.
It was the best open play from Aberdeen. Super play from Chris Clark, just dragging the ball back onto his right foot.
Celtic have a throw. Taking plenty of time about it too. Diamond got up well for that. Here's Mackey. Muscled out of that by Lennon. Good play by Lennon. Really does an excellent scavenging job in the middle of the field there for Celtic.
Yeah, excellent game again from Neil Lennon. We see a lot of him. It's the short stuff, easy stuff, simple stuff, but does it very well.
Here's McNaughton. Tosh inside for Whelan. Here's Tosh again. Winter. That's worth an effort. Well, you can see as the ball dropped there, you can sense the chance for the dipping volley towards the far corner.
And why not? So, being positive. Manager would have told him, come on, be positive. It's the first time we've seen anything like that. Something just off the cup, just bouncing. Think, right, I'll buy that ticket, have a chance.
Well, you have to think, though, Mark, that the tactical changes made there by Jimmy Calderwood. Oh, here's Juninho with a great chance going into the box. Well, still not his day, is it?
No, and I think that just sums everything up. And, John Hartson screaming for the ball in the middle there, just seeing right of shot. Just standing back. Juninho electing to have the shot well wide of Ryan Essendon's goal.
Yeah, big difference. Rio to Aberdeen. They got well for that, Juninho. No, just contemplating on that change of formation. It seems to me, Mark, to have enhanced the whole chemistry of the Aberdeen team.
Well, yeah, more compact, I think. They seem to know what they're doing. A little bit more fluidity, and it's been stop-start. They look a lot more compact, a lot more discipline. Seem to be picking up a lot more second ball as well.
I think it's also helped to have Mackey playing much closer to Whelan through the middle. There he goes. Good work again from Mackey. Well, they got the break of the ball there. Overheading the pass towards McNaughton, though. Like McNaughton's natural tendency to go forward will have to be cut from time to time now than a flat back four. That's Tosh towards Mackey. Oh, it's great defending by Baldy.
Good
Top-class play.
Good play from Aberdeen there, moving the ball from side to side forward, just probing. Good layoff. Good run through from Mackey, but great defending from Baldy there. Just reading it well.
That's good play also. Douglas in trouble. Clark doing well, getting to the byline there for the cross. This is McNaughton fighting it in. And a good take again by Douglas. Much better from Aberdeen.
Good ball in here, getting piling people in there, just coming off the Celtic defender, taking it away from Douglas. Step rag Douglas to take that one.
Michael Hart's headed pass back. Here's Chris Clark. Back with Anderson. Now Whelan. Winter. Tosh attempting the dummy, which was not bought by Sutton. Janino in a central position here now. Made a change, Celtic. Sutton's gone into midfield. Janino pushing up beside Hartson. Let's see if they stay that way. Interesting alteration that, if it's the case. Mark. Janino, although he's now making his way back again.
Yeah. I'm just looking at his body language, Janino. Looks totally fed up.
Here he is now, he's got a new role, so he may enjoy it better. Heikkinen forward, clumsy with the ball. Sent forward like that. There's no question, it is now Hartson and Janino through the middle. Sutton's in the middle of the field. And Petrov is now wider on the right-hand side. What the thinking is behind that?
Just trying to shake it up at the moment. Aberdeen, the last 5 minutes, have come into the game. Martin O'Neill just tweaking his formation a little bit. Trying to get Janino into the game. At the moment, he's right on the outskirts of this game. He's been there right from the first whistle.
So front two, Hartson and Janino. Midfield is Petrov, Sutton, Lennon, McGeady. That's for Hartson. It's well won by Whelan. Under severe pressure from Balde. Clark steals that from Sutton. This is Whelan again. Not, I think, hoping to get that beyond Balde for Clark. Didn't quite manage it. Oh, good play by Clark. He was fouled going past Balde.
He took a clip there from Balde. I think referee Kenny Clark could have let that go. It was one-on-one. Yeah, just missed time.
So a yellow card it is for Balde. And he's going to have words also with Jackie McNamara, the Celtic captain.
Interesting situation that, because Clark was away. It was one-on-one with the defender backing him into the box.
Tosh for the delivery. Well, one inside the area there by McNamara, not the tallest by any means. Petrov now, Janino ahead. McGeady now switched to the right for the moment. Nowhere to go there, and Anderson will be booked. That was really inevitable in light of what had happened just a moment ago to Balde.
Yeah, I think he's been on the end of a few fouls. Anderson. Kenny Clark just starting to reel in the culprits now.
Well, Anderson and Diamond certainly have had to compete right from the start of the match, physically. Now too far out for a direct shot. No sign of a wall. Neil Lennon over the ball. Hartson calling for it at the far corner of the box. He's the target. He got there. This is Sutton. Good defending. Anderson and Heikkinen combining. That's Tosh playing it long for Mackey to chase. What a thankless task it is. Willing enough though, Darren Mackey.
Yeah, you'd expect that from a young player, to be chasing things down like that. It's been a tough afternoon for the Aberdeen strikers.
Diamond again doing well against Hartson. Steve McManus now. And Hartson is penalised again. Diamond taking the free kick himself. That's across to Anderson. Certainly much better than the long, hopeful high ball through the middle to Baldy and Lawson. Here's Anderson again. That's a very good pass. Finds Hart. Now Tosh. Whelan. Hart again. That's for Tosh. Good play from Aberdeen. They've earned a corner with that excellent piece of play. What a difference it makes to them when they do that.
That's better football. Getting the ball, knocking it in, knocking it out wide, taking the onus off the centre forward and the forwards where the big guys are just coming down on top of them all the time. It's better stuff.
Only one out from Celtic for the short corner. Clark sends it in. That's Anderson, just couldn't get there. Headed away by Lawson. That's Mackey thumping it in. Up goes Diamond. And he's penalised for climbing on the shoulders of Hartson. Well, sheer frustration for the young Aberdeen defender.
Just getting up there. No, to be fair, I don't think there's a lot in that. He's just getting up nice and early, making his height advantage. Getting the initiative on Hartson there.
Well, that's good play by Diamond. Knew exactly what he's about there. Maybe a little degree of relief about the fact that Sutton's been withdrawn to that midfield role for the two central defenders. A different problem though. Janino can get the ball on the deck. That's Tosh playing it in. This is Heikkinen. Up for Mackey. Towards Phelan. Turned away by Petrov. This is McNaughton. Now Heikkinen. The dummy was good. That's Winter. Much better play from Aberdeen though. Hartson getting above Anderson, and advantage has been applied by the referee. He's signalled to Russell Anderson that his team's still in possession. This is Mackey. Off goes Hart. Well, that's a good attempt also by Michael Hart, although the Aberdeen players were very slow in supporting that.
Yeah, Hart's pace there, getting the flank. I think Whelan now is running on reserve.
Heikkinen plays that forward well. There's Phelan again to McNaughton. Switch of play to Diamond, who helped it on extremely well there to Hart. Knew that Janino was closing in. This is Mackey. Winter works too long on the ball there. Janino robbed him. This is Sutton. Well, Hart's quick enough for this, I think.
Yeah, only one winner there. He's had a good game, Hart. Just kept McGeady very quiet.
There's Winter again, playing the ball hopefully forward in that area on the left-hand side, which is filled by McNamara for Celtic. This is Clark. Larson strong going to the ball. So another change to be made by Aberdeen. They're going to bring on the youngster Christensen from Iceland, and he'll replace, it looks like, Chris Clark, I think. We'll soon see. Which means that Aberdeen intend to see the match out with Noel Whelan, who's certainly labouring just a bit after his efforts.
Absolutely, he's getting 90 minutes. Put in a good shift, Chris Clark.
For Christensen, 25-year-old Keflavik player, has been in Scotland on trial before and was deemed at that time to be just a little bit slight in build. Celtic too will make a change. Henri Camara is coming on, and let's see if it's Juninho who may come off. Now that'll be interesting. Let's just see the number that comes up. By the shape of the team, There's a fair case for Jorginho being the man withdrawn, and indeed it is.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't have got a bet on that job. I think it's been a disappointing, yet again, another disappointing afternoon for him.
Interesting reaction. A mixture from the Celtic supporters.
Everything is tried today hasn't worked. He's been the centre of some attention today.
Well, received well by Martin O'Neill and John Robertson. I don't know if that'll be too much consolation. Ori Kamara goes up to be a more natural partner for John Hartson. Now the change that has been made is involved, for Aberdeen, has been involved Mackie going to the left-hand side. I think Christensen will play beside Whelan up front. This is Heikkinen. Couldn't keep that in play. Well, he's worked extremely hard, Heikkinen, from the Aberdeen cause this afternoon.
Yeah, he's chased Petrov all over the park today.
But it is interesting, though, also to see that Petrov, who for me was the dominant player in the first half, has been very quiet in the second.
I think the way the game's gone, I think he's been slid out of position again here on the right-hand side. It takes too much away from his game here.
Winters header. That's Kamara towards Hartson. Very good touch again on the ball. Strong holding off Diamond, but Diamond has injured himself making that tackle. Welcome to Scotland to Mr. Christensen from Bobo Balde. Well, he's looking hopefully towards the referee, but in vain. His momentum, I think, took him over there. That's good play by Tosh. Good touch on the ball. Off goes Mackie. And he was policed all the way by Chris Sutton.
Super play from Chris Sutton there. Great vision. Saw everything happening in front of him there. It's filled in there. Baldy out of position. Chris Sutton, wise old head, just slots back into that position.
Petrov was fouled by McNaughton. Well, we did have that good look at Stilian Petrov in the centre of midfield in the first half, Mark, compared to where he's been playing recently on the right-hand side.
Yeah, far better possession for him, absolutely. He's got the energy to get across there, to go from side to side, to go off both feet, get into the box, support the strikers.
Marston's head is a good one. That's Sutton! Straight down the throat of Ryan Essen, but it was great play by the Celtic strikers again.
Yeah, great link up. We've just seen two great examples of Chris Sutton's play there. One at the centre-half position, one at centre-forward, just drifting into the positions, reading the play. Got a super game.
Here's McGeady. Now Petrov. Kamara calling for the ball. Take on McNaughton, not easy, and it's a goal kick. Possession wasted there by Kamara.
Yeah, Kamara, he's been watching the game, so he'll know how quick McNaughton is. Still obviously fancies his chances.
Well, disconsolate figure of Juninho back on the bench. I wonder what that does mean, actually. I mean, you have to say he had an opportunity here this afternoon, but perhaps not in his best position in the first half. But what does this mean for his career, do you think, Mark?
I think it's sad to see, but I think he just failed to settle into this the Scottish way of playing the game. You know, it's pretty fast and furious, especially when you're trying to get in the position that Stan Petrov's taking up at the moment. In top form, Petrov, and you would expect him to be playing in that position, so it's not gone well.
Essen takes charge there with the clearance. Aldi's header. There's Hartson. Diamond again in competition with him. Hart thumping the ball against McGeady for the goal kick. must confess, you made that point about Chris Sutton, Mark, you know, in terms of his performance at the back and up front. But he really has shown, pound for pound, he must be one of the top players, not only in Scotland, but perhaps in Britain.
I would say so. I think definitely in Scotland. I mean, plays in numerous positions. Chris Sutton plays them equally well.
Back from Whelan, that's Winter. Now McNaughton. Whelan trying to get across there, but policed by Lawson. Could do nothing about that, and the goal kick it is to Celtic, who seem to be cruising out quite comfortably. Chris Sutton really has put in a sterling performance, since especially when he's dropped back.
Absolutely, we've seen him before. Great classic example within 5 minutes in the second half. Pulling in for Bobo Baldy, doing the job there, and then at the other end getting the shot off. Doing an outstanding game. Scoring the goal so far, it's like it's going to clinch Celtic the 3 points.
Clarkson holding off Diamond. Another free kick, this time for the challenge by Diamond. Well, you would really be surprised at this stage to see a team of Celtic's resilience and experience conceding this lead. Aberdeen will fight on, I'm sure. That's much too close to Essen. Disappointing goal by McGeady.
Yeah.
Whelan trying to cause a problem there for Baldy. Anderson strong there against Hartson. Mackey to McNaughton. Winter playing it on to Hart. This is Tosh. Tosh does give Aberdeen some balance there with his natural right wing, right midfield tendencies and abilities.
Yeah, I think it's been a far better second half for Aberdeen. Been more constructive, used the ball better, recycled the ball better. First half, very unproductive.
Well, a competition between the two again, and the both managers, I think, looking for a foul. Jimmy Calderwood certainly thought that Diamond was fouled. In fact, it has gone that way. The free kick's been given. Martin O'Neill not happy about that. Baldy's won just about every one of these in the match so far. Here's Mackey. Now McNaughton. Tosh coming in. Lawson got there first. That's McGeady against Winter. Well, if he's given a free kick there, Winter was reckless. It's his reckless challenge which forced McGeady into playing that away from himself, and the referee was right there to give the free kick, indicating that the delay here will be reflected by the time added on. Here's McManus now. Oh, it's a good ball in by Hartson once more. Runs kindly there for Tosh. This is Hart. Well, once again, another high ball from the middle, met by Celtic central defender. Van Prinsloo by Baldy on the deck. This is Whelan. Handball against the Aberdeen striker.
I think you can have no complaints in that. Nearly caught that one.
Well, the referee is making the message very clear to the Celtic players that he will add on additional time, but do they ever add on as much as is wasted?
Some do, some don't. You know, it's their interpretation. It's left in the hands of the referee.
Kamara's offside. Flick onto Hartson. Well, I can't recall an offside before this, especially myself.
No, I think that's the first one. First one. Just trying to play on the shoulder there, but it's been too keen.
One offside only, Celtic, eh? None for Aberdeen. Incredible. Good to see, in fact. Anderson's pass, just a bit tight there for Hart, who was fouled by McGeady. Tosh to Heikkinen. McNaughton joining in from left back. Here he goes again. Hart playing in the cross. Lawson's clearance. Helped its way by Lennon.
It's better though. Second half, you see there the ball's going into the box. There's 7 players in and around the edge of the Celtic box. More commitment and going forward.
Well, Aberdeen have only lost 2 league games at home this season, both by 1-0. One to Hibs and one to Hearts. Is this to be the third of the same scorelines? Hart to Winter. Good pass, Tosh. This is Phelan. Hart again, back to Winter. Petrov helped that away, but only as far as Mackey. What can he do against McNamara? Well, he had no power in that, but a little less power might have given Heikkinen a chance to reach it.
Yeah, good play from Mackey there, just getting it onto his right foot. Trying the reverse pass just in there. But, difficult one to play.
Zander and Diamond misjudged that, and Hartson couldn't take any advantage. This is Tosh.
Best spell of the game for Aberdeen at the moment.
There's Christensen. Muscled out of that by Balde, who may well have decapitated someone in the stand with that clearance. Man of the match decision to be made, Mark. What do you think?
I think it's only 1 or 2 players. I think Stan Petrov's had a good game, but I think Chris Sutton has had an exceptional game. Just a clever player, done things at both ends, scored the goal. So is my Bank of Scotland man of the match, Chris Sutton.
Yeah, another fine performance from Chris Sutton. The value to Celtic is immense by his versatility as well as his striking ability. That's McGeady to McNamara, and great defensive play by Hart, and almost sold out there by his full-back partner Kevin McNaughton, who defended on Ryan Essen to save his neck there. But this is McNamara powering forward for Celtic. The cut back to Hartson.
Always a tough one, that. Good play from McNamara. Taking the ball off Darren Mackey. Just holding on to it. Good pull off from Hartson, but a difficult one to execute. Past the near post. Leaning back, tired effort.
Balde coming to meet that with some conviction. So Aberdeen rapidly running out of time. Celtic supporters retaining the ball there. This is Heikkinen, McNaughton, Christensen. This is Phelan against Lawson. McNamara thumping it forward. Anderson let that run. He knows that Hartson won't run away from him. Sutton. Here's Russell Anderson now, who has to get the ball forward quickly, preferably on the ground though, I think. Here's McNaughton. And Lawson plays that against Mackey. It's a throw to Celtic at the corner flag. There's to be 3 minutes added on at the end of the game. We're into that stoppage time now. That's all Aberdeen have to save the game. Substitution being made by Celtic. A bit more time will be wasted by that. It's going to be Ross Wallace who'll come on, and coming off is Aidan McGeady. Well, he hasn't had the happiest of occasions this afternoon, but he has certainly been part of a solid Celtic performance. Sutton helps it on. There's Hartson. Russell Anderson hooks it back towards Christensen, who can't expect to beat Baldy. That's McNaughton. Dummy by Heikkinen, and Sutton again robs Winter. Here's Kamara. Well, I'm sure he wanted to go for a run here, but he has found Wallace. Good covering play again by Hart, who's had a fine match for Aberdeen. Here's Sutton once more. Well, I knew it was about there also. Play that towards the corner flag. And the clock runs down. So Ryan Essen is in a hurry. Celtic all set to go back to the top of the SPL with a 3-point lead on Rangers. Unless there's to be a dramatic conclusion here from Aberdeen, but it doesn't look too likely. Petrov wins the ball from McNaughton, who's got cramp, I think. Here's Kamara, and it's too far ahead of Petrov. Frustration there for the Bulgarian.
Yeah, poor play from Kamara. Petrov, as you would expect. Boundless energy still breaking forward there.
Here's Hartson. Now Wallace. Fresh pair of legs there on the flank for Celtic. Sutton makes himself available again. There's Larson forcing the ball forward. Heikkinen did well. That's McNaughton. Now Sutton again, looking for Kamara. He was caught late there by Winter. Nasty one right at the end of the match. He didn't really start at all, Chris Sutton. Well, if it finishes this way, Mark, can there be any argument about Celtic deserving the win?
No, I don't think so. I think they've had the majority of the play. It's not been a game for the purist. It's been a stop-start sort of game. I think Aberdeen pretty poor in the first half. They've made a bit of a better fist of it in the second half. They're really not troubling Rob Douglas at all. And I think overall, the majority of efforts, or the quality efforts, have all come from Celtic.
Ryan Essen's goal kick brings the match to an end. Celtic go marching on, the 6th consecutive league win, and they go back to the top of the league. There can be no argument on the merit of that. Some warm handshakes down there from the managers. Chris Sutton scored the only goal of the game after 24 minutes. A little bit of fortune about it, but still, it couldn't really have gone to a more fitting man. Ulrich Larsen involved in 2 very controversial incidents. One, when he appeared to be clearly fouled for a penalty kick in the first half, it wasn't given. And the second half, when he might well have conceded one, when he was perhaps guilty of handball inside the box. But at the end of the day, the Chris Sutton goal has made all the difference. Here's how it came about. Misfortune there for Phil Maguire twice. The ball spinning past Ryan Essen. That's what it meant to Chris Sutton, and clearly what it meant to Celtic.
So, the professional performance today, if not too attractive?
It was a difficult pitch, but we were under no illusions. We knew it was going to be a difficult game. Aberdeen beat us earlier in the season, and it was always going to be difficult. We've never had it easy here. But in the end, I thought we had the better chances in the game, and we're worthy winners.
Can you talk us through your goal here, because I think it took at least 2 deflections in the way into the net?
Yeah, I think it did. I think it just sort of fell behind the full-back. I thought Aiden was going to get onto it, and it just went behind him there. And I think it was going in anyway, in fairness. But,
yeah,
the deflection that helped us.
I think you need a little bit of luck at times like that in these games.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't think. I think previous seasons when we won the league, we've had a luck, and we'll need it again this season.
Was it the main objective today, just to get back to the top of the league again?
Yeah, I think so. We knew Rangers won yesterday. 3 points is not the big gap by any means, and we knew we had a difficult game here, so it was good to win in the end.
As you've said, they have beaten you a couple of times in the past, and today you have stopped that hat-trick of wins against you. Was that important to you?
Well, no, it's only a statistic. I mean, we've probably had many hat-tricks of wins against Aberdeen, but having said that, Jimmy Colwood and Jimmy Nicholl have got them really well organised, and this season they're deservedly where they are in the league, and it's a very tough game.
How difficult did the pitch itself make it?
No, it was difficult. There's not a lot of grass on it, but I think all the pitches, tend to cut up around this time of season, other than the plastic pitch.
Do you feel in the end it was comfortable?
Well, I thought we defended very well, and 1-0, the game's never over. There was a few bits of goalmouth action, but Rab never really had too many saves to make, if any.
Well, Chris, you are the Bank of Scotland man of the match. Congratulations, you're champion.
Thanks very much.
Let's talk the team which won at Aberdeen last Sunday. Alan Thompson back after suspension. Stan Varga back after injury. Skipper Scotland.
The ball by Lennon. Baldy, look where Baldy's crept up to. Jackie McNamara. Beautiful move by Petrov. Wanted the ball played back to him there. Celtic trying to flood players into the box. That's a decent one, and put down to McGeady, and he can't get the shot in properly. A typical Celtic move, the high ball, the knockdown with the header, and McGeady read it well to come in anticipation of that, but he couldn't get it cleanly enough. Up comes Partridge, taken in quickly. McDonald will let fly with this. Well, at Ibrox, he picked up a ball like that, just veered slightly to the right and swung it across the goalkeeper and not to the near post as he did there. McNamara. Sutton tried to get down to it. Hansen puts it back. Brilliantly saved by Marshall. It was Sutton who fired in the shot. Celtic's best chance of the game so far. 21 minutes gone. And I dare say, with the kind of track record that Sutton has, he might consider he should have scored there. Good play again by Craigan. Really has his eye in. Realises the danger of the Celtic team. Hartson lays it off well. Now McGeady. Decent effort by McGeady. I think he had to go for goal. Another option was to square it just slightly back the way. He had plenty colleagues in the box there, as you could see in the background. Chance of McBride getting hold of that. Here's McGeady. Lennon. Oh, Baldy. Here's Lawson. Hartson quiet today, but that doesn't mean anything to opponents. He can suddenly erupt in and around the penalty area. In fact, I think Mother will be quite delighted to see him away out in the left touchline. Play by Quentin, opened it up. There's a run. Here's a great run by Petrov. Can he do it? It's in. Petrov opens the scoring, taking advantage of the fragility on the right side of that Motherwell defence. But what an excellent run forward. He took advantage of the ball as it came to him, kept good control, and Cooley puts it away. Marshall, I think, might have got a touch at the end. He did indeed, but couldn't prevent that one. And again, coming from a lapse in the Motherwell defence. Now Sutton. McGeady has got a little bit of space. Good little jink to the outside. That! Well, Thompson was complaining it was a push. Reagan, that's a decent ball. McDonald! Well, he did the right thing. He didn't have too many options. There were players coming up inside him, Clarkson and Patterson, but the Australian decided to let rip like that.
Sutton took his eye off that but came back to him again. Quite delighted about that. McGeady. Offside. Yes, Larson. That's a good piece of football and just marginally offside. Good understanding by Celtic's front runners that time. That impudent little back heeler there, waiting for Sutton to take advantage, and that was Hartson creeping in to the offside position. Thompson again. Wanted it back. Beautiful little flick there by Petrov. McNamara, is he going to let fly? No, leaves it to McGeady. Likes to attack that penalty. That's a decent ball. Hartson! He didn't have anybody beside him. And again, given away by the defenders. Celtic keeping the pressure on, and Hartson almost got the touch here. His forehand bringing it away from Motherwell. When you watch a defence like that, who are always going to be put under pressure by Celtic, getting balls in the loose and then putting it back to Celtic, then they really will be punished. Lennon took up very good position, just got away with that one though. Still only the goal in it. Clarkson, now Patterson, doesn't quite know where to go though. Here's McDonald. Well, there we are, there's no offside, and Sutton should kill the game here. Yes, he does. And McDonald holds his head in his hands, and so he should. Sutton killing off Motherwell, I'm quite sure, with 12 minutes of the second half gone. He remained very, very cool. McDonald's laps given the ball to Thompson, on to Sutton, and he touches it away. Sutton's 11th goal of this season. This is really where Motherwell have been swamped in this game, in midfield. Celtic, if they don't have the ball, they pressurise Motherwell. Hence the number of times the ball has been given away cheaply. Looked like a free kick there. The referee giving Motherwell advantage. You know, when you look back on that, you would think Motherwell might have preferred a free kick there, rather than that ball played out wide. Good run there by Petrov. Looks in a good position now. McGeady, Petrov inside him. Hartson goes into the box, and the tough beat him. Clarkson on his own, no support. And again, Motherwell give the ball away. Well, I saw Motherwell early in the season. I thought they played some very good football, but today they've been appalling, to be perfectly honest with you. Here's Hartson, here's a chance for him. Can he take it? So close. His nearest of the game. As I said about him, he can be very, very quiet, then he can explode into it, as he did there, angling it. The right kind of angle, but just centimetres out. McGeady. Ball won by Vargas. Little claim for offside there by one or two Motherwell defenders, but McGeady's not bothering with that. He's getting on with it. Back
back it goes to Thompson with the cutest of little chips. Intelligent play, didn't quite come off. That shows you how skillful this player can be. He was harassed, pushed away to the side, and from that very difficult angle, that is a commendable effort. Here's Kamara. Juninho was screaming for the ball on the left-hand side. There was nobody covering him. Varga to Lawson. Juninho bringing and dragging the two players towards him. Wants it back again. Good move by Juninho. Brilliantly tackled that time. After he's getting in, doing exceptionally well. Better move that by the Brazilian all the same, as he got in there. He built it up himself, and but for that tackle, that could have been an excellent goal.
I thought after all that that we looked reasonably in command. Second goal obviously finished it off, but I thought we were comfortable enough without being absolutely explosive. And second half, I thought we improved a little bit, you know. And Chris scored a terrific second goal for us, but you know, we reasonably comfortable in the game.
Starts his career at Celtic, Stefan Hencho says Martin O'Neill has given him something that Rafael Benitez wasn't prepared to give him: a fair chance.
Not really, you know, but for me, no, it's the past. Unfortunately, I had 5 great years, and the last 6 months, like I said, were very difficult. But now I just forget that and try to concentrate only from now on Celtic and the future.
When he left the Glasgow hospital with a clean bill of health, the way was cleared for Hencho to sign for Martin O'Neill until the end of the season.
He hasn't played for some considerable time. Obviously, match fitness is a problem, but he has passed the medical, no problem at all. And I think, you know, ready for the challenge. I mean, when you talk about it, he is his own pedigree is absolutely excellent.
To add to Martin O'Neill's satisfaction, old firm rival Alex McLeish was spurned by Hencho, who also rejected offers to stay in the Premiership.
I spoke with a few, and like I said, you know, at the end of the day, I leave a big club, and I come to another big club as well. So that was something very exciting.
Martin O'Neill says the former Liverpool centre-back's arrival doesn't pave the way for Bobo Balda to move to Middlesbrough. He wants the two big men to battle each other for a jersey, and that fight starts once Hencho has regained fitness. David Tanner, Sky Sports.
Another Bellamy's rejection of a £6 million permanent transfer to Birmingham. His position at Newcastle had become untenable following a very public row with Graham Souness. Celtic have an option to make the move permanent in the summer.
I knew this club was right for me as soon as I heard they were interested, especially at this time in my football career. It's not a permanent move, which I don't feel I could have, because I've got to be truthfully honest, I'm still emotionally attached to Newcastle. I didn't really want to leave, and the way it's happened is I found it very difficult because I do love the club.
Whatever things are going to be questioned about Craig Bellamy, to be perfectly honest, ability is not one of them, and he's got the ability to prove to play not only the very best football there is, and I think he's done that, and that's why he's a great acquisition.
This is a massive football club, and to be a part of it, and to, I think my first home game, hopefully if I'm playing, will be an Old Firm derby. It's incredible, and that's the little decisions like that, why I really, this is a great football club for me at this present moment, and I'm just hoping I can do this club proud.
There's one or two big players in our dressing room as well too, and don't mean in terms of being bigger than Craig. I think most people are bigger than Craig, but lads who can give it out a wee bit as well too. So he won't have it all his own way in the dressing room.
I want to win every game I play, and I'm one of the first people out in training every day. 5-a-sides, you name it. I want to win it. If we're playing keep ball sessions, I want to make sure, we keep the ball as much as we can. I know a lot of people question my attitude, but if that's a bad attitude, then I'm probably in the wrong game.
I'm sure he'll do wonderfully well here at the football club, and if he stays clear of serious injury, I think he'll be a big acquisition to us,
I know what happened with Birmingham, which I was very honoured, and spoke to Steve Bruce, who's an amazing person. It was great to speak to him, to be honest, because he is a Geordie, and there was no better person I probably could have talked to at the time, and he understood exactly what I was saying, because I found it hard to leave Newcastle. It weren't about just going and signing 4.5-year deal, and you think of money, and it weren't about. I was just getting my head around that I won't be coming back and playing for this great football club. So I needed just time, and this is, will allow me to have time to think about my situation and see where I go from then onwards.
And staying in Glasgow.
Since signing on the 25th of June 2001. During his spell at Tyneside, he knocked in 43 goals, adding to the 8 scored with previous club Coventry, where he plied his trade for a season. He kick-started his career as a trainee at Norwich, clocking up 91 appearances in a 4-year period, netting 32 goals in the process. A teammate of John Hartson's in the Welsh national side, he has 29 caps and 7 goals to date.
Great play there by Newcastle. Dyer now to Bellamy. Brilliantly finished by Bellamy. Picked his spot in the corner.
When Craig Bellamy scored Newcastle's only goal in the pre-season friendly at Celtic Park in August, few would have guessed that it will be Celtic fans celebrating his next goal there. The 25-year-old former Newcastle player arrived in Glasgow on Monday and signed a loan deal that will keep him at Celtic at least until the end of this season. And that's something he's delighted about.
Excited, really excited. Obviously I knew a little bit about this move, because obviously since the situation happened to me at Newcastle, I was in contact with a lot of clubs, but I didn't really want to commit myself properly to a club full time, because I didn't feel I had enough time, if you know what I mean. And this opportunity, which I knew was about, I really pushed for this opportunity to arise.
Nothing is definite beyond the loan period, but the striker isn't ruling anything out.
If I love it here, and the Celtic fans have been delighted with me, then you never know. You never know in football. But I don't know what scenario is going to happen at Newcastle, so I've got to weigh my decision up in the summer and see what happens.
It's a new start for Bellamy. He's excited, and the fans are delirious to have secured the services of a quality international.
I know what this club's about. The area I'm from, back in Wales, and a lot of Celtic fans. So I get a good reception when I go back home. But I know what this club's about, and that's why I really wanted to join this club.
Bellamy began professional football life as a trainee at Norwich, a club briefly managed by Martin O'Neill and Steve Walford in 1995. The player has long admired their particular management style and appreciates the quality of players already brought to Celtic Park.
Because the players you are with are a lot stronger than obviously the players at other teams, and that's no disrespect to them. But what I've got to appreciate is, and which everyone at Celtic knows, whoever you play, like the Dundees, it's a cup final when they play Celtic. It's such a big game, and I'm gonna have to come to terms with that. And that's just another, extra bonus really. But this is, just looking around now in trophies, and I'm just thrilled, and I'm really delighted to be here. There's the league, and Celtic is still in the cup, which I can play in. So that's such a bonus to try and go into this, the rest of this season now, to try and win 2 trophies, and that it really excites me, and that's what I'm going to push for as much as I can. I just hope I can do it.
Celtic will take the second corner. Coming in, Hartson looking for it, and John Hartson scores for Celtic.
Bellamy's friend and Welsh teammate John Hartson is one such player, and Big John can take some of the credit for selling Celtic to his international mate.
I know how passionate he is about this club. To play with the manager here, Martin O'Neill, and I know Steve Walford, I know obviously with Johnny Hartson and Chris Sutton, Alan Thompson, I know a lot of players here, and just to be associated with this great club is a massive boost for me.
Under pressure. It's for Wallace to attack. The home man for Celtic. This is Thompson. That's a wonderful strike by Alan Thompson.
Regardless of where he plays, Bellamy is fit and ready for match action. He's particularly excited by the prospect of facing Rangers in his first home game.
It's my first home game. Incredible. I could have had an easy home game, but that just adds to me coming here. You know, that's a Liverpool, an Old Firm derby. To play in that in your football career, it's incredible, and I'm just I'm too excited. You could tell how excited I am now, but the way I'm talking, I'm just I'm really motivated to play for this club, and really thrilled. And you know, an Old Firm and just chucking out the end of it as well, and the chance that I could win 2 trophies is just too much to take in. And you know, no doubt I'm going to have a sleepless night tonight.
30-year-old centre-half Stéphane Hencho began his career with Swiss side Neuchâtel, playing on 91 occasions before travelling to Hamburg under the auspices of Felix Magath in 1995. He made 49 appearances over a 2-year period in Germany before being lured to Premiership side Blackburn. At Rovers he collected 83 appearances in a 2-year period, leaving to sign for Liverpool in June 1999. In a 5-year spell, he clocked up 205 appearances for the Reds. A Swiss internationalist, he has to date earned 68 caps for his country. And despite offers that could have kept him in the Premiership, the Swiss international put pen to paper on a deal which ties him to the end of the season. Quite naturally, he's thrilled to join the club.
It was a bit difficult since Christmas, you know, when I knew that I would leave Liverpool because I wanted to play first team football, and I couldn't do that anymore at Liverpool. So after I had a few clubs, you know, interested, and it's never easy, you know, to think what is the best option for me. But after when I knew that Celtic was interested, you know, from the start, he was always one of the first option. And then when I had a meeting with Martin O'Neill, you know, then I knew that was the right club for me, and the decision was made.
So why Celtic? Why in particular is this the right club for you?
First, because it's a big club, and and I played nearly 6 years in Liverpool, and when you have a taste of playing, you know, Champions League, playing for the first place, the title, you know, if you can, you want to keep that. And by joining Celtic, I had this opportunity first to win medals every season. And the second is hopefully, you know, if I play well, if things go well for me and for the club, we can play in the tour over in the United States. And I scored a goal, yeah. I didn't score many, I have to say, but on that night I scored one, yeah.
Were you surprised with Celtic's performance against Liverpool in the UEFA Cup?
When we played Celtics 2 years ago, just an operation just a few weeks before, so I was in Switzerland, my home country, you know, recovering. Watched the game on TV, both games on TV, and I was quite surprised by the standing of the Celtic team, you know, because when we draw Celtic, probably we thought it'll be hard, we know, because Celtic's a great team, but I think we were still a bit favourite, you know, before the game. But you know, especially after the home game when we drew 1-1 here, you know, people were thinking we'll do the business at home. But I think the performance Celtic did at Anfield was really great, and the 2-0 victory, you know, not many teams comes to Anfield and win 2-0.
What won't surprise Hencho totally, though, is the atmosphere at Celtic Park, having played on the hallowed turf with Hamburg in the UEFA Cup in 1996. However, the stadium was a little bit different back then.
I've been here, I think, 9 years ago, something like that, and the UEFA Cup played with the German club Hamburg, and it was quite amazing, the atmosphere already. One stand wasn't finished at the time, but it was still a great atmosphere, and that was it come back to in my mind first.
The layoff from Sutton. And Malada Thompson's put in early, and it's scored by Chris Sutton at the post.
It takes time to settle into any new club, but Hencho's job has been made easier by Chris Sutton, a player he enjoyed playing with when they were together at Blackburn.
I played with Chris Sutton already. Played against a few players like Neil Lennon, Hartson, and you know, in the Thompson as well in the Premier League. And for the rest, I know the players from names on TV, you know, watching Champions League.
Up goes Ramon Vega. There he is! What a start!
Hencho may not have been playing as regularly as he would have liked at Liverpool, but he has collected 68 Swiss international caps, some of them alongside ex-Celtic player Ramon Vega.
Ramon is a good mate, you know. We played in the national team together a few years, and now he retired. But I know he came here a few months. I think he's done well. And at that time he said that he was very happy with the club, and he had a great experience. He said that he used to like, of course, the club, the football, also the city. He said the city is great. So that's the type of thing you like to hear before taking your decision.
Ramon Vega, though, isn't Celtic's only Swiss connection. No one will forget the defeat by the Swiss champions that effectively led to Celtic's UEFA Cup final run.
Yeah, I remember that. I was also watching the game on TV, and I must say on that night, probably, Basel played quite well at home. They won 2-0, and they did the business. It was unfortunate for Celtic, probably a big deception, you know, for a big club like Celtic, but for Basel it was great, and at that time I have to say that they had quite a great team.
But with games fast approaching and a championship to be retained, Hencho is anxious to get fit and help Celtic compete for the potential double.
Because as a football player, you know, especially like me, who just turned 30, you know, I still have a few years in front of me, you know, not many. And like I said, when you have the taste of playing Champions League and in the European Cups, you know, you'd like to keep that as long as you can. And by joining a team like Celtic, you know, it hopefully will give me the opportunity to carry on with that.
So you're looking forward to getting yourself fit and getting the hoops on?
Yeah, just joined the team Saturday, first training. Yesterday I trained for me with the fitness coach. This morning joined the team again for training, and still keeping with my fitness because I need to up my fitness level up, you know, because like I said, didn't play much in the last months with Liverpool. You know, I can go into the side and play my part, you know, to help the team to win the 2 titles who are still possible this season. So the league, of course, first, and then the cup. And I think now I've got quite a bit of experience of playing, you know, in Europe, in the Premier League. And I hope I can bring that with me, and like I said, play a part and help the team.
Do you see yourself as more of a footballing centre-half that can complement Stan Varga?
I don't know. You know, first anyway, you know, a defender's job is to defend, and it's to try to stop the opposition, score goals. That's definitely the first job of a defender before thinking playing football. But you know, especially in Europe, sometimes when you play, you need sometimes to start from the back as well. And if you start from the back and play maybe on the floor when you can, when it's possible, it helps the team, you know, to build up and to score goals. So hopefully I can do that as well. But first of all, you know, try to help the team to be solid at the back and keep as many clean sheets as possible.
Welcome to East End Park on a sunny Sunday lunchtime for the last of the 4th round ties in this year's Tennent's Scottish Cup. It's a repeat of last year's final, of course, Dunfermline against Celtic. These two meeting for the 19th time in Scottish Cup duty. Dunfermline have won only twice. So Celtic start as big favourites, even if it is Martin O'Neill's least favourite away ground because, of course, of this.
It was 1998, the last time that Dunfermline exited the Scottish Cup at home, and that was against Celtic, today's opponents. Dunfermline make 3 changes from the side that lost at Cali Thistle last week. Lamont and Dempsey are out. Noel Hunt drops onto the injured Jackie McNamara.
Hencho slightly out of possession, likes to play centre back, but with him, Balde, Varga
Hartson, Sutton, the power in the air, and this surface, which Celtic like to play to, could be devastating.
One interesting spectator this afternoon is Craig Bellamy. He'll play no part in the game, but he'll certainly want to see how his side plays. Our referee this afternoon is Charlie Richmond. He took charge of Gretna against Dundee United in the last round. So the last of the fourth round ties gets underway in a venue that Celtic know very well, and despite the surface, they do enjoy playing on it. In terms of results, Ovaldi gets caught out there. Christensen, where is Rab Douglas going? And Dunfermline putting on the early pressure. Here's Young. Ball across. Lee Mako drifts over and picks up. Knocked away by Lawson. Lively start for Dunfermline. Wilson just powers away from Sutton. Thompson trying to find Christensen. Hencho gets his first touch, and it comes all the way through to Derek Stilley. And John Hartson lays it in field. Petrov just the touch back to Thompson. Back again to Stilley and Petrov. To Sutton. Tried to link to Thompson again. And Nickerson coming back trying to help. McGeady. Sutton's made the run, pulled it across. Well, it looked so easy, and in the end it was. And Dunfermline cannot keep Celtic out on their first meaningful attack. And it's Celtic 1, Dunfermline 0.
It's been such a pedestrian start from Celtic. You know, they really haven't got out of second gear at all. And this goal almost isn't out of second gear. It is a good ball across. John Hartson, as he's been so often this season, finds himself in the right place for an unmissable chance. But that's all down to great play by Chris Sutton to get the ball in from that angle there. And John Hartson, in fact, very few players would miss those.
Dunfermline 0, Celtic 1. Dunfermline really couldn't have asked for a better start in terms of possession and trying to trouble Celtic. You could see it coming, that Celtic would do something like that to knock the stuffing out of them.
Worth underlining again that a lot of consideration with Celtic playing for set pieces in games like that, but that was a good flowing move, passes along the ground that led to that goal.
Thompson played the ball across, good take. He won it, knocked away by Mason. Sutton flicks it on, Hartson with another opportunity, off the woodwork, Sutton's there! 10 minutes gone at East End Park, and Celtic are in control of the fourth round Scottish Cup tie here at East End Park.
Again, fairly effortless from Celtic, but great strength from John Hartson here, holding off various players. That's a great attempt. Unlucky not to get his second goal, but Chris Sutton, great striker, following up exactly how he should be. At this point in time, you wonder, how is Craig Bellamy going to get again? Again, it's Hartson's strength, just like the first goal, maybe a little tug in the defender's shirt for the first goal. This time, totally clean. And Chris Sutton trying to keep up in the goal-scoring stakes with John Hartson.
They've had two moves, Pat, they've got two goals.
Very concerning when you think what Rangers done to Dundee United earlier in the week for the Dunfermline fans.
Davy Hay, Jim Leishman looking on. A tough start in terms of scoreline. Certainly trying to pass the ball, Pat, and try and keep it on the deck, but Celtic just always seems so strong.
Yeah, Celtic have always been more direct on this surface. I mean, I think Dunfermline training it quite a bit, and lots of little triangles and passes, and it looks neat and tidy, and you know, very pretty to watch sometimes. But you need a cutting edge, and sometimes I really do think in this surface, route one is preferable.
Hartson tried to win that, but he was being held. Andreas Skerla, who's been in the wars with John Hartson already in this match. Tug of the jersey.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, every centre-back in Scotland knows they've been in a game after they play against John Hartson. And the good thing about the big man, he gives as good as he gets, and he doesn't complain much in the end. You know, has a little bit of moan up, but he accepts it's a man's game.
Thompson takes it. Good save from the keeper. That was a good stop from Derek Stilley, and a very important one too.
Yeah, particularly difficult, as I was saying. It's almost dead centre there, so you don't know which of the two is going to take it. Difficult to know where to line up your wall, but he had his angles covered. This half, Martin O'Neill will be very happy himself, because his defenders aren't been taxed at all. Well, not since the first 2 minutes of this game.
Racing through. It's knocked away. On ball through, Thompson's onside. Gets his head down, going towards goal. Two-footed save from the goalkeeper, and Derek Stilley makes his second good stop of the match.
That's a fantastic run from Thompson from deep there. The ball finds him well. He's controlled it very well indeed, and he's got a shot on target from what is a difficult angle. Both him and Stilley and Petrov have been making those dangerous runs from midfield much more often in the last couple of months.
Corner dealt with by Greg Ross, but it'll be a repeat for Celtic. So Alan Thompson and Stilley and Petrov, 6 goals each so far this season. As Bobo Balde waits. Corner comes in, goalkeeper stays. Just came off the back of the Celtic head in the end.
That's actually not the best of corners, that, you know, it's aimed at one Celtic player at the back. They had a lot of physical presence at the front post there, and I think they would rather use their players, their big players attacking the ball.
Balde on show. Skerla just ease McGeady out the way, then he'll get the free kick for the challenge by Lennon.
I think Neil Lennon's annoyed here, but I don't think he's got any complaints whatsoever there.
Thompson again going deep. Thompson is being held there, free kick to Celtic. Oh, there's another chance for John Hartson. And Celtic again pick off Dunfermline. It was almost too easy. The long ball forward, John Hartson converts, and Celtic are 3 ahead.
Dunfermline have had moves that have had 20 and 30 passes together, nice and pretty and neat. Celtic, one touch, flick, touch, bottom corner. Great finish by John Hartson, but you know, in this surface, that's all it takes. It takes no more than that. And Celtic are very good at it. Martin Neal's got them very well drilled, and 2 centre forwards like that, they work together very well. And once again, John Hartson showing he's the best striker in Scotland at the moment.
21 today for John Hartson, his 21st of the season, and it's Dunfermline 0, Celtic 3. It's a free kick. It's just a late one there by Alan Thompson. So Dunfermline trying to find a way of getting through. McGeady can put on further pressure, just kept that in. Wilson was waiting for him. So the half-time whistle goes at East End Park, and Celtic have been very comfortable. It was a good opening spell from Dunfermline, but they lost goals to Sutton and to Hartson. John Hartson starting it. Sutton got the second. John Hartson a minute from half-time. It was a lovely finish, and half-time at East End Park is Dunfermline 0, Celtic 3. So a change for Dunfermline. Noel Hunt is on. Darren Young is withdrawn, as Dunfermline trying to make changes in their fortunes as well as their personnel at the start of the second half. The Celtic have scored 4 goals in 4 of the last 6 visits on SPL business to East End Park. They've won 5 of the 6. And an early free kick. And Dunfermline look like they've changed the system as well, perhaps, you know, 4 across the back rather than 5.
Yeah, they've gone more to a 4-4-2 just now, and Nicholson going to the right of midfield, and just to leave Hunt up front along with Christensen.
So Davy Hay just, well, that's a big communicating with Billy Kirkwood. And they've done so very well. Hartson on to Thompson. Thompson being tracked back by Todd. It's not easy for Alan Thompson. He didn't get the shot away. Tried to pull it across. Touched by the goalkeeper. He races after it. Sutton came in and Stilley diffused the danger.
That was a really good break there by Celtic, and it's a long way to run, and Thompson's making all the running down there. He's got a chance of a shot on goal, but I think that's good defending to get back there. Stilley Petron's turned off in the centre there, and if he wouldn't have turned off, he's kept himself lively, he might have had a chance of a goal there.
Coming down the left side, Noel Hunt felt might have been a push. Play on, says referee Charlie Richmond. And he spotted that push there, and he wants a word with John Hartson. He wants more than that.
I think that may well be persistent fouling. Interesting to see, but yeah, it's persistent fouling. Definitely he's given that away, and I think there is a bit of that. I mean, himself and in previous times, often Chris Sutton, you know, he backs himself into the player, and you know it's a foul. And if you create 6, 7, 8, 9 fouls, the referee is within his rights to give persistent fouling.
Free kick, and Skerla came in there. Oh, good save from the goalkeeper. Dunfermline's best chance of the match, and the first time that Rab Douglas has been called into action. And Sutton tries to get the ball away. He's not cleared it. Christensen's there. But Celtic will now clear. Andy Todd has to stretch. Here come the Pars. Hunt's got 3 Celtic players round him. There's no white jersey going out to help him. And the ball was out for a throw, but if I was Noel Hunt, I'd be very unhappy at the lack of support.
Liveliest little period of the game for Dunfermline here, and this is a much better ball, and it's angled in at that back post, and they finally went ahead on a great, but that's a wonderful save there by Rab Douglas, and was it over the line? Nowhere near the line, but you know, they got into the back post there, but it was a difficult ball to defend.
Well, the boos from the home support and the cheers from the away support probably give it away, the fact that John Hartson is leaving the field of play. Hartson with a goal after 8 minutes, the other one after 44. Second one in particular, a good finish, gives way to Ross Wallace.
Yeah, he'd been booked already, and there's no point taking any further chances with John Hartson.
Simple possession football from Celtic. Now Ross Wallace tries to take on Greg Ross. That's nicely done. Ross tried to commit. Ball across, Sutton! Excellent play from Celtic. Ross Wallace was terrific, and Sutton was so close.
Ross Wallace has been very direct since he's come on. Nice little drag back there. He put in the ball well, but look, Chris Sutton, the ball seems to be behind him here. How he's managed to get back there and get a header. That's a good save there by Stilley. You'll give him that. That's a wonderful place of play, but Ross Wallace, he's looked lively.
Corey comes in, flicked on. Still as he yells at his defence to clear. Not sure how much Macedonian he speaks, but Christoph responded. There's the man who's made the difference, John Hartson.
I think Davy Hay has got a big job to do at Dunfermline, you know. When they came in here, you know, they'd lost Crawford, they'd lost Brewster, and it was rebuilding a side in many ways, and it takes a little while to do that.
Christensen plays it to Barry Nicholson. Nicholson pings it across, the header comes in off the crossbar. Noel Hunt hits the ground in frustration. That's the closest the Pars have come. They continue to come forward now. Michael out to Nicholson. Another decent crossover. Hencho turns the ball behind, but Noel Hunt came close.
It would have been very interesting to see the last 5 minutes that have gone in. It's a great header, it's got so much power in it, rising high above. Certainly the goalkeeper was getting nowhere near it, but just off the underside or straight onto the post and the crossbar. There's two good chances Dunfermline have had in the second half.
They seek a consolation goal. Nicholson plays it in. Headed away by Lawson. And Craig Bellamy, he's got one of the best seats in the house. Wallace comes forward. Lee Makel's got a knock, that's why he remains stationary.
Paul Lambert looking fairly effortless there, and he's come into this game again. You know, the age that he is just now, but he looks as confident as anyone, and comfortable as anyone, and he's not given the ball away in this game since he came on.
So Celtic have a throw inside the final few seconds of the match. I'm just content to play out time. McGinney might fancy a chance to come forward, but he'll be denied by the referee's whistle. A very satisfactory afternoon for Martin O'Neill. Shakes hands with Billy Kirkwood and Paul Hegarty. But it was goals from Hartson and Sutton. One for Sutton, a double for John Hartson, that see Celtic safely through into the last 8 of the Scottish Cup. The holders go through, Dunfermline go out. Here at East End Park, it finishes Dunfermline 0, Celtic 3. Martin, I thought Dunfermline started rather brightly in that match. They were passing the ball about well, but you hit them with 2 very good quick goals.
Well, I thought we started pretty brightly ourselves, because I thought that we had to for a start. Our concern was not to concede an early goal if it was at all possible, just for us to settle down. But with the likes of Hartson and Sutton playing up front in the way they are at the moment, we're always likely to score a goal, and that's what we did.
Davey, it was a very bright opening for Dunfermline, but it didn't go well for you after that.
Well, bright, I think 8 minutes, I think, and then after 10 minutes we're 2-0 down. We know the threat of Chris Sutton and John Hartson, exceptional players, but without saying we gifted our goals, we didn't make it too difficult for them to create them and take them.
Well, I was obviously concerned about the nature of the pitch beforehand. You know, it's I mean, I've voiced my concerns about it before, but I'm not the only person. It sounds as if it's a lone voice. That's far from the case. And it is difficult to go and play football on the surface, but that's exactly what we did.
Got a couple of goals this afternoon, John. We can show them to you now. I mean, you're really involved in all 3 goals, but nice to get on the score sheet so early, and you're a nice little tussle with Andreas Skerla to break free.
Yeah, Chris made a good run here, and I just gambled really. I went to go near post, and then Chris obviously whipped in a great ball, and I just went on the back of him, and been a bit embarrassing if I'd missed from there, and obviously the second one here has just gone over my head, and I just spun really, and just hit it quite early, and I don't think the keeper expected me to hit it so early, but As I said, I hadn't scored for 3 or 4 games, so it was nice to get back on the score sheet today.
Sutton and Hartson showing again why they're so valuable to you up front. Craig Bellamy watching on from the stands. I wonder what he must have thought, because it's going to be hard to get into the team.
Well, I think that Craig was watching the game, yes. He just mentioned to me as we were coming off at half-time, he thought the attitude of the players was terrific. On the surface, you know, you can stand off proceedings, you can stay out of it, you can decide that, you know, a couple of challenges are not really for you. But that wasn't in the makeup of the players, and it hasn't been, you know. So I think he was pleasantly surprised that the attitude had been so strong.
You didn't risk him today on this surface, but perhaps Cali Thistle next week might be an opportunity for Celtic fans to get to see him.
Yeah, he's going to be there with us with a bit of luck. He's obviously got the Welsh game. I think they're playing Hungary midweek, and I'm obviously hoping that the international players come back in one piece.
You were surprised about the booking. I mean, it was given for persistent fouling.
Yeah, but I think if you make a bad tackle and obviously you can justify getting booked, then that's fine. I've got no problem with that. But you know, when the lad is, I don't know what he is, about 5'4", I think the lad Mason, and you know, I can't just let people win the header. I'm going to be competitive and try and win balls, and if I'm making a genuine attempt to go and try and win headers and play fairly and strongly, then the referee's obviously just handing out bookings willy-nilly, like, you know. That's just very frustrating for myself, because, you know, I haven't really gone through anybody or clattered no one. It's just, he said persistent fouling, and, you know, obviously he'll go home tonight, everything's fine, and obviously I've got to go home and I've got to miss the next game, which is disappointing for me personally.
So 10 teams will
winner and a World Cup winner at Airdrie. That's unusual, and I think they were motivated to win it and try and get the places in the first team, because that's what it's all about. They have to perform here to try and get back into the first teams.
So in that dressing room will be an old firm event for the players in the dressing room right now, will it?
Well, very much so. I think maybe a few thousand here tonight, but I think they'll be motivated. Celtic and Rangers play tiddlywinks, so there'll be a motivation there, and they want to win the match.
Okay, well, let's check on these teams tonight. We've got Celtic taking things very seriously, because they have no fewer than 5 full internationals in that lineup. David Marshall, Paul Lambert, Stefan Hencho, Momo Silla, and a World Cup winner, as Derek said, and Juninho. Also first team squad members Sean Maloney, David Fernandez and Ross Wallace. And Rangers too turn out a strong side, especially in midfield, with Alec Gray volunteering to play, and partner Bob Malcolm in the centre, with Chris Burke and Hamed Namouchi on the flanks. And look out for the skipper, 18-year-old Ross McCormack.
Yeah, I think the Rangers side is slightly less experienced than the Celtic team. Of course, the 5 internationals, you said, Jock. I think both teams are lining up as a 4-4-2, as I can see at the moment. We're interested to see how Hencho will perform. I seen him at Dunfermline a few weeks ago playing the right back role. He'll be centre back tonight with McManus. And I'm looking for an interesting young McCormack, as well as an exciting young prospect as well. And this could be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
So the man in charge is Stevie O'Reilly. He sets the match in motion. And it's Celtic who are enjoying the early possession. A bit of confidence shown there at the back by Gary Irvine. So Paul Lambert also keen to get a game under his belt. He's been on the bench so frequently for the first team without seeing a lot of action. And David Marshall, conscious perhaps that a convincing performance again tonight would put him right in the first team shake-up, following the misfortunes which befell Rob Douglas on Sunday. Fernandez from long range, no real threat, but he has earned a corner kick, a deflected shot.
Yeah, that's a positive start from Celtic. I think with Fernandez just managed to get the ball at his feet. He didn't make good contact with the ball there, a bit of a shank to be honest, but you just see him cutting inside here on his left, which was ever so powerful on his left, but didn't connect with that well, but he's got his team a corner from it.
So first blood obviously very important in all these matches, no question about that. Rangers coming off a couple of games, a draw and a defeat in the last 2 games, Livingston and Dundee United, so they'll be anxious to get back on the rails here. Celtic sweeping all before them in the reserve league though. This is another opportunity here for Wallace. Headed away by Ray. He's still up. He has Irvine behind. So Rangers have the throw. So Momo's still up. Looks as though he may be on the way out, Derek, as far as Celtic are concerned at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think in terms of, he hasn't played a lot of football, and I think Martin will try and change things around this year in terms of getting releases some money for new players. Just interesting there, Joe, at the first corner of the match there. Rangers have been very positive, leaving young McCormack and Chris Burke up the park, which is unusual against a set piece against Celtic, but they've been very positive in trying to maybe test Celtic and see how they're going to mark up there.
Ross McCormack has appeared in the first team already. Darren O'Day over there too, he has also had some first team involvement pre-season. He was on the trip down south, I remember playing at Fulham. Hencho and McManus, the centre backs. It is in fact the 4-4-2 at this stage of the match for Celtic. In fact, almost a 4-3-3 because Janino is pushing far forward. Here he is now, involved straight away. And nipping at him there was Brian McLean. Hefty challenge, and the free kick's been given. No complaint there from Janino. Fernandez now has possession. Ray takes over. Irvin to Lambert. Back to Hencho. Silla looking there for Fernandez. Here's Maloney. And now McManus again. On the far side, O'Day. There's Wallace ahead. Well, the crowd has certainly filled up somewhat in the last 10 to 15 minutes before the kick-off. There's some doubt, of course, about the game being on. That may have curbed some enthusiasm among the fans.
Yeah, I think it's going to have a big well done to the groundsman here, actually, because there was an inspection late on after 6 o'clock again on the pitch, and you know, John Hayes, the Celtic, working ever so hard with his guys, and to get this game on is a credit to them.
Referee pulls that back. There's going to be a free kick to Rangers. Chris Burke looking a little bit aggrieved there because I think he felt there was an advantage which could have been applied.
Yeah, I think again, good ball in there from McCormack, very positive, and I think he was wanting a bit of advantage going on there.
Burke couldn't get the cross in. That was Wallace who made the block.
I think there's such a respect they have for young Burke there that they doubled up on him with Ross Wallace and Sean Maloney, because you know the cricketer he has in that right wing.
Well, he's had a very difficult season after that virus laid him low at Aberdeen right at the start of the season. A season which has never really got going for him yet. Played forward by Lowing, back to Burke. Alan Lowing playing it inside, linking with Ray. Pass goes astray. This is Fernandez for Celtic. Fernandez once again. Must have been some disappointment too, Derek, for David Fernandez coming from Livingston with high hopes of getting real first-team action.
Yeah, had a fantastic season the season before he joined Celtic with Livingston, and it's been obviously he had a shoulder injury as well at the start of this season, which was a huge disappointment to him. Guy's hugely talented, and he just found it very difficult. Sometimes it is difficult for players to step up to such a big club as Celtic, and it hasn't quite worked out. I hope it does for him, but it hasn't quite worked out the way he would have hoped as well, I don't think.
The Celtic leaving Fernandez up front with Janino. Sean Maloney's dropped into midfield. And Ross McCormack breaks now for Rangers. Space in the far side again for Burke. Alan Lowing going past him on the outside. Disappointment there for Burke. And Lowing is right out of position now. Bob Malcolm is slotted back there to give him some cover. This is Janino. And now Lambert. Maloney. Irvin supporting on the outside. Irvin's cross blocked there by Stephen Smith, who's also seen some first team action for Rangers. Corner kick it is, so there's a delay here while this is set up.
A decent weighted pass from Junior there, and managed to get a corner out for his side.
McManus and Hencho forward, played low back to Maloney. This is Juninho. Under pressure all the way, powerful header though, good work there by McManus. Strong challenge for the ball in the air.
A good play from Junior, that deep cross to the back stick there, and Big McManus gets up well, goes over the top of the fullback. Decent header on it, but nothing. It was quite comfortable for Graham Smith in the end there.
Smith's pass. This is Tom Brighton dropping deep to collect. Brian McLean's clearance.
I'm just looking at the Celtic formation, Jock. I think they're playing a very flexible formation with Maloney, Fernandes and Juninho constantly swapping positions. You know, at times there's Fernandes up front on his own, and then they mix swap with Juninho, and Sean will drop, Maloney will drop deep, and they just keep switching it around. It's very, very difficult for Rangers to mark at the moment.
This is McManus, wide for O'Day. Lambert showing spring in the step, some enthusiasm there. Wallace playing it forward rather hopefully, cut off there by Santala. Clumsy challenge there by the Finnish defender.
Yeah, I think it was a foul, and just a nudge on Fernandes there. As you see, Celtic are very keen to get the ball down and get short free kicks and get the game flowing as much as they can. I'm impressed with Juninho's first 5 minutes of the game or so, because he's trying to get the game on and get the ball to his feet and get the game flowing as much as he can.
He does want on the ball, doesn't he?
He does very much so. I mean, people could question a World Cup winner playing at Airdrie and his appetite for the game, but knowing that an ex-teammate, I mean, he's got an appetite for the game. He just wants to play football, and I think you can see that with his first contributions to the game.
Here's Gary Irvine now for Celtic. Supported by Maloney, shrugging off that very serious injury which laid him low for a long time. A clash there between Smith and Silla. No need for that at all. That emerged out of nothing. It wasn't a tackle, I don't think, that Smith might be proud of. But the reaction there from Silla.
Yeah, I think he was late. Just a bit inexperienced in terms of, I think Momo Silla just sucked him in a wee bit there, but I think he's just saying welcome to the Old Firm game, to be honest.
Well, the referee Stevie O'Reilly trying to use some common sense here, I think. Talking to both players, I think there's going to be yellow cards. It was a bad tackle by Smith, it wasn't necessary at all.
No, I think, as I say, it showed his inexperience there. He should just stood up and either show him in the park where the bodies are, or I don't know how Rangers set up the way they play, but I say it was inexperienced, and he dived in. I think Momo Silla dragged him in. Rightly so, Momo get booked as well for his retaliation.
So, 2 yellow cards right at the start of the match. Let's see why once again.
Yeah, I can just see he's late there, isn't he? Mo just sucks him in, and young Stephen Smith, a hefty challenge to say the least.
So it's Celtic's free kick. Once again, prefer the short one. Here's Lambert. Linking there with Fernandes. The clearance came from Smith. O'Day looking at that very carefully on that surface. Could be treacherous on the turn.
Yeah, I think O'Day just was safety first there, and defend first, and don't try anything clever, and just clearly that's what he did well there.
Lambert again. Juninho's been allowed to turn. This is when he's very dangerous. The pass goes astray though. McLean, a little bit casual, allowing Fernandes to take possession. Here's Wallace. And Alan Lowing did well. Lambert again in possession. Here's Sean Maloney, dangerous on the edge of the box. Back now with Hencho. Melvin taking no chances at all the way back here to David Marshall. Well, you did play with Juninho at Middlesbrough, Derek. I mean, the appetite he's showing here, is this what you would expect?
Yes, very much so, Joe. I think he's a guy who's, I say, loves his football, regardless of the money he earns. Or he's a very wealthy young man, and as we know, and he just loves the game. Even his appetite for his training, the way he looks after himself. Fantastic pro. I'm quite surprised that hasn't quite worked for him at Celtic, and he was just keen to show the manager, Martin Neal, who's here tonight, what he can do to try and desperate to get back into that first team.
That does say a great deal for a World Cup winner to come into an arena like this and show the enthusiasm he has shown at the start of the match. Free kick to Rangers.
Even though we've just got a few thousand here, Jock, tonight, every decision in an Old Firm was always contested, isn't it? Every throw in, every wee bit of anything in the game is contested.
Brian McLean now for Rangers. Pulled down well by O'Day. This is Lambert. Hencho too, a big change of scene from his time at Liverpool, although obviously unhappy not to be featuring for the bulk of this season. There's Maloney. Quick feet. Now McManus. Good positional play again by Juninho. Over carried slightly. Lowing with a very good interception. Wallace trying to deceive Lowing with that first time ball inside. Yeah, and Lowing though has made an impressive start at right back for Rangers.
Yeah, done very well for a young guy. I think the back line was good there for Rangers, obviously well organised, and they practiced that in training. I think big Brian McLean and Yuka Santelia have got well organised in the line in terms of catching people offside. They were well marshalled there.
John Brown, a defensive expert of course from his own playing days, and a highly regarded coach. Back it goes from McLean to Graham Smith. It's been impressive the way both sides want to pass the ball. They're trying to play.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a refreshing that the teams do want to, you know, even free kicks. And if you look at the first team action on Sunday, a lot of big guys in the team, they get it forward quickly. They're tracking the ball down and play.
And there's Burke. That's a lovely run from Chris Burke. Tom Brighton outside him, and Namucci's first touch let him down. He was clumsy. Mohamed Namucci really hasn't featured too much in the match so far.
No, he had a wee spell in the first team earlier on this season. He seems to come out of the pitch. This is a great play from Burke. This is what we know Chris Burke's all about. Very positive, direct. Great first touch there, plays it in, and Namucci's first touch there lets him down, and Gary Irvine managed to clear.
Juninho well covered there. Good play by Lowing, coming across from right back to cover his central defenders. Otherwise, Juninho was in the clear. Well, that tells you something about the surface.
I also think it's quite refreshing, Jock, that when Graham Smith's got the ball at his feet when he's kicking from the back. Rangers actually going almost a 4-2-4. You know, they've been very positive. They've been and trying to get things forward, and both teams are obviously desperate to win the match, and both teams have been very positive.
Well, I think it's fair to say Stephen Smith and Momo Sill are not on the best of terms. Both been booked already. But here's Chris Burke trying to get away from Maloney. He's done very well indeed, and he's held up well by O'Day. Back with Ray. Lowing. Lovely little shuffle there by Burke. A well-timed tackle by O'Day, but Burke looks to be in the mood, Derek.
Yeah, very much so. I think that's the Chris Burke we know from earlier on this season. Very positive, getting at people, quick feet. There's not many in the game like him, Jock, and it's nice to see guys, wing players like that. There's not many of them about these days.
Well, he'll be considering this something of a wasted season so far, but in the long term it might not do him so much harm to have dropped out the picture for a while. Smith forced to hurry there by Fernandez. The dummy from McCormack was effective, but he had no one among his teammates reading it.
I think Gary Irvine just showed a little bit of inexperience there. There was a shout of time there, just to take a touch on the ball. He wasn't under as much pressure as he thought he was, and you're expecting a better distributed pass from him from that area.
Brighton's pass is a good one. Here's Burke. A little bit of a hurry there. He had a bit more time, I think, to hold things up, to allow his teammates to make positions in the centre.
I think you expect young Chris Burke to have a bit more quality from that when you get in the positions. He's often very good. There was a great ball from Tom Brighton wide there. His first touch is decent enough, and you just expect him to get his foot round it more. Just doesn't catch it right.
Kenny McDowell, the Celtic coach, out there with some instructions. The header was by Ray. Interesting to see Maloney play in midfield. Does that surprise you tonight, Derek?
It did. He's a great finisher, Sean. I think it's one that you would expect to be up as centre forward. I know he has played midfield in the past, but I think with Fernandes more direct through the middle and Dino just off him. But they have been very flexible in their formation, Celtic, so far. They have been interchanging at times, but at the moment he's been sitting in the middle of the park.
Part of the rehabilitation, perhaps. Celtic, plenty of work in there.
I think that could be right, Joe. I think maybe because he's short of games, fitness, and you obviously do a bit more running in the middle of the park than you do up front, so that could be one of the reasons behind it.
Kenny McDowell's been with Celtic now for the best part of 8 years. And Barry Ferguson in the stand, looking on, seeing the Rangers youngsters.
Of course, sitting beside another Rangers legend there, and John Gregg beside him there.
Yeah. Now Gary Irvine for Celtic. It's won by Ray. Interesting to see Ray against Lambert in midfield. The ball's played with too much pace by Lambert. Interesting to see Lambert still playing. He's finishing this season, but he still wants to be involved in games like this.
I think initially Ross Wallace was looking for the pass to be played earlier. Good defensive play by young Alan Lowing there, because he stood up again. The back line of Rangers was excellent. Again, obviously coached there by John Brown. And but it's good to see Paul Lambert still playing. I think this is his last season or so. He wants to finish. I spoke to him about it, to do his coaching badges, which he's been doing in Germany, and finished at the highest level. He doesn't want to drop down any levels.
Oh, chance here for Brighton. His strength takes him through there, and the chip shot attempt was a good one. But David Marshall is a very, very tall figure there to beat with a chip.
Yeah, it's a good flick on there by Alec Ray, and I think Tom Brighton uses good body strength there to hold off Hencho, and he just doesn't get enough on it. They say Marshall's a big guy and a big frame to chip, and another couple inches he might get over the top of him.
Good positioning by Marshall. Given away there by Ray to Juninho. Not the man you want to give it to. Strong challenge by Ray. No exception taken, incidentally, by Juninho to that. O'Day's header chested down well by Lowing. Just 17 years old, this young man, and he's looked very composed from the start.
I think that's one thing you can say about Juninho Jock. He's had it all through his career, you know, so-called hatchet men or tackles against him, and obviously not the kiss of death, but normally he just gets on with it. You know, he realises he's the type of player that's going to have to challenge at times. He just gets up and dusts himself down and goes on with it. That's what's great about him.
Juninho's layoff. Here's Silla linking with Irvine. Malcolm trying to make the challenge. Free kick is given. Taken quickly. It's been a feature of the game too. Fernandes to Wallace. Excellent instant control. And it's deflected behind there by Lowing for the corner kick.
Yeah, did well, defended well. Young Ross Wallace trying to get out the outside. His first touch was good. Get out his feet to try and get the cross in, but good defending from Lowing for someone so young.
Wallace with the out swinging corner. A test there for Graham Smith, which he passed with flying colours. Good goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was under severe pressure from Steve McManus and Momo Silla there, and good handling by the young man there. It was good goalkeeping.
There's real pressure on him here. His own defenders also in the way.
Yeah, very much so. He kept his eye on the ball and remained strong. His body strength was good there to get hold of it. 2 hands on it.
So a throw on the far side to Celtic. Perhaps they've had some territorial advantage, I think, Celtic in the opening stages. Not any clear-cut chances carved out as yet. Here's Bob Malcolm. Tom Brighton running straight into Stefan Hencho. Lambert linking there with Juninho, but it was Alec Ray who made the interception. Manucci busy, and the bobble on the pass there.
Yeah, the bobble didn't win the pitch there. I think we're talking about in terms of possession. Celtic have perhaps had more possession, but I think that's to be expected, Jock, in terms of the experience they have. Rangers have got a younger side out. Say Celtic have 5 internationals playing. Overall, there hasn't been too much between the teams. Tom Brighton's had a chance of a chip, McManus a header at goal. Hasn't been too many chances in the game, but the good thing about it is they're trying to get the ball down and play. That's the main thing.
Wallace was very nimble and quick there, and the referee's given a free kick for dangerous play. It was a rather rash tackle that by Alan Lowing, and the referee called that back. Wallace is brave though, quick and brave. O'Day with the free kick. Not the kind of delivery which Juninho will welcome, a high ball through the middle. Maloney linking with Fernandez. Tala goes in with a challenge, and the free kick is given. Or the throw is given rather, deflection indicated by the referee. Well, both sides I think would realise before the start, Derek, that they're going to be in for a tough game. There's no way you could expect to cruise through this when you look at the calibre of player on view.
Yeah, very much so. I think they've got an array of talent out there, which is very exciting for everyone to see.
Well, Silla couldn't take that on the run. Had he done so, he would have been in the clear. Brighton back helping in defence. There's Lambert, showing excellent awareness of what was happening around them. Fernandez. Irvin. Strong tackle there by Brian McLean.
I think Brian McLean and Stevie Smith have, you know, they've really shown the attitude that John, similar to John Brown would have in his days as a Rangers player. Very determined, strong in the tackle, and great attitudes. Have started the game very well, both young guys.
Brian McLean was the first on the scene when the clash took place between Silla and Stephen Smith.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. As you're backing up your teammates, as long as it doesn't go over the top and you know, just over to help out. It's good to see as well, Jock. I think it's nice and refreshing to see that you've got Ross Wallace, a wing player, and Chris Burke of Rangers. Takes you back to the old days when you get wingers in the game. You know, very much missing from the game of the last few years, and it's great to see two Scottishmen as well. Great for Scotland in the future. We've got two tricky wingers as such, and it's great.
There's Gary Irvin being penalised for barging into his man there, to Tom Brighton, so it's a free kick to Rangers. And over on the far side, Lowing is under pressure instantly from Fernandez and Wallace. The break on here for Celtic, and the pass is too heavy from Fernandez.
Fernandez does ever retaining possession. I haven't played against him on a number of occasions. Great body strength, a very strong player. But expect a wee bit more quality in the final third with his weight of his pass there. That was very poor.
Stephen Smith. Marshall well out of his goal. Certainly hasn't had a lot to do, just that one bit of work when Tom Brighton tried to chip him. Once again, Rangers trying to build from the back through Stephen Smith. Another player who's had to shrug off serious injury to get his career back on track. The decision goes Celtic's way. Certainly no question about the conditions being perfectly playable there. There was a big doubt. 6:20 was the last check on the pitch for the referee.
Yeah, I couldn't believe around about 6 o'clock I actually walked over, Jock, and to see the pitch, and it was very soggy at the time, but they say the groundsmen have done a great job in getting it on, and it doesn't seem to be a problem now. It's dried out.
Breaks inside to Ray. Pressure applied there by Maloney on Namucci. Here's Silla. Caught by Malcolm. Free kick to Celtic.
Yeah, I think it's just a mistimed tackle from Bob Malcolm there at Moma. So his first touch just gets it away from him. Malcolm's sliding challenger just catches Momo on the heels there. It was definitely a free kick.
Great play by Ray. Fine pass through the inside left channel. Here's McCormick. His first real chance to run under the Celtic defence. What a disappointing end to that. He took up great position to receive the pass.
in the first place. Great ball from Alarabi. You can just see him holding his run along the line there, make sure he's onside. He's very positive, trying to get into the box, trying obviously on his favoured right foot. Disappointing in the end, but isn't a bad ball in the end that comes across the 6-yard box. He's hoping for other players, maybe Chris Butt on the far side to try and get in the box here. You see him on his favoured right foot, doesn't make proper contact with it, but it's in a dangerous area, and I was expecting Chrissy Butt to get into the back stick there.
McLean helped on by Brighton. This is Stefan Hencho. Maloney. Wallace linking with Juninho. Fernandez. Oh, that's good play from Celtic. Here's Wallace. The offside flag holds him. Well, you can see the frustration in the part of Ross Wallace. He doesn't believe that was correct.
No, I think he was onside there, Jock. When the weight of the foot, when the pass left his foot, he was definitely onside.
Unlucky, very unlucky indeed. That's good play by Urban for Celtic, tidying up, getting the ball back to Marshall. In goes Malcolm with a header. So Rangers trying to push Chris Burke forward on the right and Tom Brighton on the left to leave Ross McCormick through the middle. Namucci invited to support also as much as he can from the centre of midfield, with Alec Ray in the holding role. Silla tackled well by Malcolm. That's Lambert. Fernandez. That's a terrific pass. And very good goalkeeping by Smith. He read that extremely well. He was very quick off his mark too.
Yeah, showed some great pace here because Ross Wallace is no slouch. Great weighted pass here from Fernandez. Just gets in behind young Lowing there. I think he just get caught ball watching a wee bit, but that's good goalkeeping. Very positive from him. That's good stuff.
On the bench from August right through to January. Graham Smith for the first team without seeing any action, and now losing out that substitute spot to Alan McGregor, back from St Johnstone. Free kick to Rangers. Silla's the offender here.
Yeah, I think it's just his right arm just catches Bob Malcolm inside the net there. I think it was a foul.
Quick free kick again, taken by Namucci. Lowing finds Burke. Another strong tackle there by young Darren O'Day.
See, that's such the respect they show for Chris Burke. Obviously been told by Kenny Woodall to double up on him, because that's twice Ross Wallace and O'Day's out there and managed to get a tackle on.
Written by Namucci. Cleared by McManus. This is McLean. Juninho's pass sets off Fernandez. Santala and McLean trying to cope with his attack. Here's Silla. Good attempt by Silla. Well, the best Celtic attack of the match. Momo Silla just pulling the shot wide.
Very much so. I think Fernandez tried to get on his left foot, his favoured one. Just makes a wee bit of a hash of it. He's a good weighted pass to here to Silla. Silla's first touch is disappointing because he takes it away from goal, and I expect someone of his calibre to hit the target.
Graham Smith's angle is very good, incidentally. It really does get a good position here to hold up Momo Silla.
It is an extremely difficult angle to score from, but you expect him maybe even the keeper to make a save from there.
Some very brisk attacking play though there from Celtic. One misplaced pass inside the Celtic half was all it took for Celtic to break on Rangers so quickly. Here's Malcolm. Brighton held up by Irvin. Now Silla. Lambert. Maloney. Forced hurry there with the pass from Lambert, which wasn't just what he meant, I don't think. Back with Stephen Smith now for Rangers. This is Ross McCormick. Not too many options available, McCormick there. Strong tackle by McLean.
I think it was positive play early on from Gary Irvin. I think it's great for both sides, seeing that they're trying to get the ball down and zip the ball about on the pitch, which is very wet, and it's conducive to a passing game.
Super tackle there by O'Day on Buck. Juninho also tackled strongly by Santana. Maloney into that inside right channel. McLean was quick enough to read that and get across. dominant figure there in that defence for Rangers.
Yeah, very much so. He's had a good start to the game. I think that's been a problem for the final third from the Celtic's point of view. I think the weight of the pass has just been wrong. I don't know if it pitch has anything to do with that, but it's on the pitch you'd expect the final passes to be better.
O'Day to McManus. Here's Lambert under pressure instantly from Namucci. Juninho's layoff. Good play by Lambert. Juninho again. He's past Santella very comfortably indeed. This is Ross Wallace. It's a chance for Celtic, all right. Near post ball for Lambert. Excellent play.
Yeah, it was good play. Weighted pass was fine into Ross Wallace. And he gets in a good area. That's a good ball to near post. He's got the wrong guy and forced in there, and Paul Lambert is not a known goal scorer. Great weighted pass from Juninho there, and Ross Wallace gets his foot round it ever so well. Near post ball. Things they practice in training every day, and you're hoping there was a Sean Maloney or a Fernandez on the end of that for Celtic's point of view to try and get in the net.
So Ross Wallace contributing well to that attack for Celtic. He's a bit careless there with the header. I like Ray collects very easily, but he's given it away there to Wallace. Malcolm's header, there's Brighton. Well, both sides I think prefer the ball on the deck. Pretty evenly matched really, Derek, at this stage in the game, you'd have to say.
Yeah, I think so. I think the young Rangers side have acquitted themselves very well, Joe, because Celtic have, as we know, an experienced side out there, all the internationals playing. But I think they've both been great attitude, try to get the ball down, do all the positive things, the right things that football should be played. And that's a testimony to Kenny McDowell and John Brown, the way they've coached the guys here and want them to play some football.
Juninho's pass. Fernandez at full stretch, couldn't gather. Namucci and Silla clash in the middle of the field, and it breaks back for Smith. Malcolm. Terrific pass from Malcolm, straight to the foot of Chris Burke. Brighton trying to keep that in play. It's gone behind though. It was disappointing from Burke. It was a terrific delivery to him from Malcolm.
Fantastic crossfield pass from Bob Malcolm. Great weighted, that's a great ball. Good first touch. Does everything right, gets out his feet, but again, that's the second in a row, the disappointment and the cross to the back stick there. Again, you expect a wee bit more quality from him.
Namucci's layoff. Has to retrieve it himself. No one able to take advantage of that head flick from McCormick. Celtic still enjoying a little more possession. Strong tackle again from the back by Stephen Smith. He'll have to be careful, the young man. He was booked early in the game.
Very much so. I think he's got to be careful there because he's just been sucked in by Momo Silla here. You can see it's a hefty challenge in the back. I don't think it's too much in that one, but he's got to be careful.
O'Day's pass, looking for the run made by Fernandez. It was matched though by Santella. Foul was given against Fernandez. Relief for Rangers. So Fernandez can't quite understand it.
No, I think he does well to get his body and just in front of him. Yeah, I think it's a throw-in as well in the far corner. But, that's one of the aspects of his play that I remember from Livingston's very, very strong upper body strength. Not quite a Kennedy Dalglish in terms of using his body, Jock, but very, very strong player at holding people off and getting his backside in the way. And you can see there he's getting his body in it very well.
Still injured, caught something, a flying arm in the face, I think. McManus, he's on the ground right now. The referee stopped the play to allow attention. The Celtic player. No, he's back up now, wiping his face.
Yep. That's certainly caught in the face there. I think he's okay. You see he's back up in the box now, picking up.
So a set piece for Rangers to exploit. Ross McCormick over the ball. Well, the wall barely 10 yards back, it would seem to me, but the referee O'Reilly is now satisfied. Well enough struck by McCormick, but very difficult to beat Marshall from there on that angle.
Yeah, he struck it well enough. Gets his foot round the ball, just goes round the side of the wall with Fernandez. Just moves his head slightly, but big David Marshall there. Good positioning, and gets the ball comfortably in his hands. Not a problem for him.
Neat play there, involving Maloney and Wallace. Namucci battling hard for Rangers. There haven't been too many balls like that, these thump balls forward.
No, considering the condition of the pitch, I think it's been always been on the deck as much as possible. It's been enjoyable to watch some of the passing and movement, and some good players out there, Jock, and so they are trying to get it down and zip the ball about in the grass. It's been quite refreshing to see it, that it's not direct stuff and long ball stuff. We're trying to pass it about. As Rangers are again trying to build the ball from the back.
McCormick trying to head that on for Brighton. Honcho just stayed off him. This is Lambert. Good interception made by Burke on Maloney. That's for Brighton. Difficult angle. He has to pull it back, surely he did. But there was just no one there quickly enough for Rangers. Couldn't fault Tom Brighton for that ball across. Now Fernandez testing the Rangers defence at the other end. Now he has Silla waiting, and Juninho coming into the far post, calling for the ball. And a chance on this time. It's the opening goal for Celtic. Momo Silla scores. And a bit of a disaster defensively that for Rangers.
That's incredible. Fernandez is ever so well here. Just bides his time, gets a great ball into that area. Just a slight deflection, unfortunately for Rangers, and Momo Silla diving header into the bottom of the net. Yeah, a slight deflection. I think it was Brian McLean that just caught there, Jock, and I don't think there's much you could do about that, to be honest.
And Graham Smith a bit unlucky there, flying across his goal to try and beat that out, but Silla has opened the scoring.
I think you're maybe expecting Stevie Smith in at the back post to cover a wee bit. I think he was a bit flat-footed, to be honest, and that's incredible because Tom Brighton just down the other end of the pitch. Just a basic counter-attack from Celtic, and they go one up.
That's a fine ball from Malcolm, beautifully swept over to Chris Burke. Can he deliver a good cross this time? No, sadly, the Rangers, no, he couldn't.
He's not quite got the weight of his crossing right yet tonight, has he? Maybe a wee bit rusty. Could you expect a wee bit better in quality from him, because he has got it in his locker to get crosses and balls in the box.
Kenny McDowell is out. He must be satisfied to take the lead at this stage. About 5 minutes left in the first half. This Silla. Fernandez, the layoff. Burke battling back well for Rangers. This is Maloney. Very quickly off the mark. Trying to measure that for Wallace, but Lowing was well in command there. Good calm defending again from the young Rangers defender.
Yeah, good defending for someone so young, up against Ross Wallace, who has got a bit of first team experience as well. It's a difficult night for him, but he's handled everything asked of him tonight.
John Brown with some food for thought here. That's a wasted ball from defence there. Possession's so important in games like this. There's Gary Irvine now with the throw for Celtic once again. Takes it back from the chest of Maloney. In goes Malcolm.
I must admit, Joe, I have been impressed by the range of passing from Bob Malcolm tonight. Some fantastic crossfield balls, just catching them right and landing right on a sixpence people's feet. He's been impressive.
Well, Stephen Smith will take this throw for Rangers. Hencho, so a very calm reintroduction to the game here without a lot of difficulty. He's coped pretty well at the back. Ross McCormick, frequently the only man up front against the two centre-backs, McManus and Hencho. Rangers trying to get Namucci further forward now. McCormick's layoff. Ray's in trouble. Here's Juninho. And now Fernandez. Good covering play again by Lowing.
Yeah, he's done an excellent game, the young man there at the right full-back position. I think Alec Ray just slipped on the ball, as you can see here, and just dispossessed by Juninho. Good weighted ball, but it's good covering coming across Fernandez. There's no way for him to go when he just gets his body in front of him.
You imagine that moment, Alec Ray saying, why did I volunteer to play? Smith to Brighton. Ryan McLean with a layoff back to his goalkeeper. This is Lowing, closed down quickly by Fernandez, forced to hurry with the pass. Lambert to Wallace, it was handball, was it not? Yes, by Ray. Free kick to Celtic. Well, two real senior footballing citizens there in the middle of the field, Alec Ray and Paul Lambert.
Yeah, very much so.
70, I think.
Yes, I would think. I was just about to say that. It was kind of age of 70-year-old. Both of them, it looks like they're very comfortable, still fit guys. And why Paul wants to finish playing, obviously wants to finish at the top, but he could play with, tonight he just never loses the ball in possession, and at times you think he could play with slippers on.
And they both play with great enthusiasm. Silla, nowhere to go, they're running into Namucci. Here's Buck getting back deep to get involved in the play, setting up Lowing, willingly overlapping here. This is McCormick inside. Back to Burke. Good change of pace there by Burke. Celtic now have players back though facing the ball. It's a very difficult task to break them down from this position. McCormick. Quick in the turn. This is Malcolm. That's a good pass wide for Smith. Well, the delivery had to pass the first defender and didn't. Gary Irvine.
I think Gary Irvine stood up well there. I think, you know, you're looking for your fullback Stephen Smith to try and get his foot round it, but he stood up well and it was good defending.
So the throw was taken by Stephen Smith. Brighton returns it. He's on the side all right. Namucci behind him. And that's food and drink for David Marshall. Well, the match continuing at a good pace. Here's Wallace now. Linking with Lambert. O'Day has gone ahead of Wallace. This is Maloney. And now Juninho. Gary Irvine calling for the ball. It's delivered beautifully by Juninho. No one coming in the far post though for Celtic. That allows Lowing to play it forward for Chris Burke. Nowhere to go there. Darren O'Day coming in with a crunching tackle. Very close now to half-time, just about a minute or so left of the first half.
Darren O'Day very committed with Sean Maloney, and the Rangers did get a foul from that, because that's the you expect from an Old Firm game anyway, isn't it?
Watching him play the real sharp pace with a few tackles flying in. That was one which Santala will not be too proud of, I suspect, or was it? Bob Malcolm, in fact, is in trouble.
I think Fernandez makes the most of that one. I don't think Bob's nothing too hefty on there.
There's no offside here. Irvine at the byline. A cut back, blocked there by McLean. He's not happy with the linesman. He's been playing very impressively, Gary Irvine, at right back for Celtic.
Yeah, they've got a lot of high hopes from here. He just doesn't manage to. I think a cut back would have been better, but he's a good game, Brian. Brian McLean. He's done an excellent first half, and he just cuts out the cross well.
Well, Frank McDermott was the assistant on the side who upset the Rangers defenders. Wallace with a corner kick. And the half-time whistle goes. It's been sharp and competitive right from the start, but it's Celtic who have drawn first blood. Momo Silla was the player who gave them the lead after 39 minutes, who was created on the left-hand side by David Fernandez. The ball was deflected its way across. Momo Silla's header couldn't be kept out by Graham Smith. So the effect of all that is that Celtic have a precious lead. So the team's in position at the start of the second half. Rangers have made one significant change. Yuka Santala is off. Bob Malcolm has gone to centre back, and this young man, 17-year-old Brian Gilmore, is in midfield. So that will be interesting, I think, Derek, to see how that changes things.
Yeah, I think Bob Malcolm will fit comfortably into the back four. He's played there before as a centre back. I was very impressed by his range of passing in the first half. Rangers got a very young, inexperienced side compared to Celtic. I think they've acquitted themselves well today. I think John Brown will be happy with them. Just a wee bit more belief and more invention in the final third. Basically, I would think maybe coming from Chris Burke, because his quality of crossing, we know he's all capable of doing it. Been a wee bit disappointing in the first half.
So that's a heavy challenge there by O'Day on McCormack. And if he's given the free kick. Now, Ross McCormack had precious few chances against hencho and McManus in the first half to show what he can do.
Yeah, I think it was a rash challenge here from O'Day. I think it was very inexperienced. He's got two defenders running McCormack there, and he's not going anywhere.
So the left foot of Stephen Smith to play this in. Well punched out by Marshall under severe pressure there from Namucci. Very good goalkeeping.
Very brave to get his two hands on that, because you see Namucci here coming across, a good delivery into the middle of the area there, 6-yard box, and he just clatters Marshall there. Both of them very committed on the ball, and I think he's got a bang in the head to go with that one.
Well, that's top class. Excellent goalkeeping by Marshall. Kept his eye on the ball all the way there.
Go back to Ross McCormack there, Jock. I think in terms of, he's a great finisher. I've seen him earlier on in the season, and you know, I think he's one he thrives on the proper service into the box. I've seen him in reserve games earlier on this season, but he's not had enough service today for me.
Well, no question that Celtic have huge advantage in terms of experience on the pitch at the moment. Santala withdrawn, no evidence of an injury. Is this just a tactical alteration, I think, Derek?
Yeah, perhaps just to give young Brian Gilmore a feel of an old firm experience. I think that's what John Brown's doing. I think, you know, I think they've got so many young guys in here with great experience. You know, if you always talk about giving players experience, where can you give them? You've got to play them.
Heavy challenge there by Alec Ray and Momo Silla, and that's another free kick, this time to Celtic.
A hefty challenge from Alec, really facing away for goal there, Momo Silla. I don't think there's any real danger. I think it's unusual for him to dive in there.
Well, both sides have on the bench young, experienced players. Good catch there by Smith. Celtic have Paul Lawson, Scott Fox, Tony McFarland, Scott Cuthbert and Rocco Quinn. Rangers have, in addition to Brian Gilmore, who's on, Mark Kalinga, John Johnston, Lee Robinson and Jordan McMillan. This is Buck, measuring the pass from McCormack. Good play. And the penalty has been given. Well, Celtic looking on ruefully here. There was Maloney with the tackle. He's out of range.
Yeah, I think that's a defender's tackle, a forward's tackle there. I thought he'd overdone it here when he cut inside. I thought he was going to let fire with the left foot. He does him again. I say that's a forward's tackle with Sean Maloney. I think it's just a trailing leg there, just catches young McCormack. Yeah, that's a poor decision from Sean Maloney. You can see the annoyance in his face there.
Well, Ross McCormack has done this in the first team, would you believe? So he'll have a lot of confidence with this one. That's a great save by Marshall. He was doing very early, but he made an excellent stop. McCormack so frustrated.
What an opportunity. I think he's not struck it as well as he would have liked to the bottom corner. Good save by Big David Marshall there. It was a fantastic save. I must admit I had expected young McCormack to score from there.
Let off for Celtic without question. Here's Stephen Smith now with the corner kick. Well won there by McManus. Throw at the corner flag for Rangers. That could have made some difference to them in terms of a boost to the morale and the confidence.
Very much so. I think what a great time, just the second half just beginning, and get a foothold back in the game again. But say there's better players than him as missed penalty kicks, and it's happened to us all.
No question about that. He won't be consoled by that at the moment, that's for sure. There's Lowing laying it off there to Gilmour. Now Burke. Playing in early this time, and Namucci attacking the ball, well marked by Irvin. Run away by Hencho. Well, it's been a brisk start by Rangers. The half-time team talk might have been pretty forceful.
Yeah, I think if you know John Brown, I think it would have been, and I think they have been very positive to the start of the game, and that's good to see.
Here's McCormack. He's on the corner off McManus.
I think McManus is one that I thought would feature more, Jock, to be honest, in the Celtic first team. We tried to get him as manager at Thistle on loan, and Martineau wouldn't let him come out on loan at the time. I think he's a very good centre half.
Gilmour with the corner. Just headed away there, inside the area, right the gate. And now Juninho leads the charge in the counter-attack, followed by Alec Ray. That's good backtracking by Ray. Showing plenty of willingness to get involved that way. Unglamorous stuff, but he was willing to get back. Perhaps the incentive of catching Juninho was considerable. McLean's pass. Stephen Smith. Brighton. Smith again. Here's Brighton against Hencho. Lost the momentum there when he checked back. Now Gilmour takes over. Dynamic little figure in midfield. McCormack trying to hold that up for Namucci, and the covering player was McManus for Celtic.
Yeah, I think that cross into the box just shows you how committed the players are in an Old Firm game with Namucci, McManus. Good delivery in from Tom Brighton on the right side. Try to hold them off there, McCormack, but that just shows how committed they are. Both of them throwing themselves into a tackle.
Namucci through the middle beside McCormack now. Brighton wide on the left. Smith again with the corner kick. No, I don't know what that was all about. He seemed to give Bob Markham a dunt in the head with the ball. Interesting this. Look at this now. He just bangs him in the head with the ball. There you are.
I don't think the ref had a view of that one, because it's I think he was just trying to get him out his way, Marshall, but a bit foolish, because you could get a booking for that.
Would it be a penalty? Would it?
I would think it would be, would it not?
I think technically it would have been there. Namucci heading on. That's Hencho. Any impression of Honcho's performance tonight, Derek?
Actually, looking at both, I know it's very difficult for an experienced senior player to come down a level to reserves. I've been there myself. Motivation, his motivation, his timing and things have been fine. But I think overall, McManus has looked the better at the two centre-backs, in my opinion. And just looking after the team on Sunday there, whether Stefan Hencho will feature for Celtic, you know, they're so strong at the back. Obviously, the ref had turned his back at that point there, the linesman maybe seen that one, because technically that is a penalty kick.
That could be worse than a yellow too.
Yeah,
it could be worse than a yellow. Yeah. Well, Bob Markham didn't make much of it. He just looked more bemused, I think, than hurt.
I don't think it takes a lot. It takes a lot, sorry, to ruffle Big Bob Malcolm. I think he handled that very well.
Yes, if he had done the dying swan act and hit the deck, then there would have been real trouble, wouldn't
I don't think that's in his character at all. He's a very hardy boy, and he's just a bit bemused about what was going on behind him.
What did I do to deserve that? Was the look in the face? Yeah. Recovery work required here to avoid the corner. It's fouled by Fernandez. Fernandez thinks it was a dive. We'll check it this time.
I think that's just experience from Bob Malcolm there. He sees him coming. I don't think there's a lot.
You mean it was a dive?
Yeah, it was, but I think as a defender, that's good play, because he sees him coming. and says I can calm the game down and get my side a free kick in an area that's is safe. So I think that's decent play from him.
Alec Gray's header. It's been untidy out there. Irvine restores some order. Well, you mentioned there were high hopes of Gary Irvine, Derek, but he has shown a bit tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's